People, what's going on? What is happening? This is your boy Rome. The substitute is back, back in charge. The referee finally blow the whistle, and guess who's back? The coach is having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so call on his trustee to start off the thing. Kicked off like a ball. Welcome to the people that will start off the night by saying a massive thank you for the man that were joining in. We have Jamari Tomlinson. Fresh God is here as usual. JPS is here in the building. Jason Ferran. Demar. Bless up on yourself. Thank you guys for joining in so early and quick. Don't forget, a little bit of admin as we start off. Make sure no hurry up and drop a like on the video. Drop a like on the video 100%. With that Stacey-Ann, up Stacey. Mark Chambers, up and running same way, so. Shaquille Smith up and running. John Lemon Chango, bless up yourself. All of the people in the comment section, keep on commenting, keep interacting. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share it as well. We're live, we're up and running. Tell your friends that we're here and we're live, we're ready for go. Top 10, up my J, up. The coach's desk is here. Man is here. Having a few technical difficulties, but we're going to kick it off same way. Shatta, Ian Campbell, bless up yourself. Again, let me reintroduce myself to all of the people who might not know or might not recognize me. I am not the coach's son, okay? You might think him sending him son to take over tonight, but I'm not the coach's son, no. My name is Rome. I'm from the 4th Official YouTube channel. Bless up on yourself. Tonight, as you might be able to tell from the thumbnail and from the description, we'll talk about what Ravel Morrison brings into the Jamaican national team, and we're going to also talk about the opponents, Serbia, and what threats, disadvantages, or advantages Serbia has in this game against Jamaica. So it's going to be an exciting night. If you guys have seen me on the photo on this channel before on the coach's desk, you know that for me, when it comes to Ravel Morrison, I have a particular point of view on Ravel Morrison. But, however, we're gonna talk unbiased tonight, objectively about what Ravel Morrison can bring to the team and how we can utilize him as best as possible. So, all of the people in big up on yourself. Again, I am Rome from the 4th Official YouTube channel. Fresh gotta go big one again, dictating when we can drop the links so that the man can come on and have a conversation. All of the people in Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce Price with me. Whew, what a woman 10-6, you know, man. But tonight on the track and field night. Tonight are the night about Ravel Morrison and about football. About Serbia. We're gonna be unapologetic, as Shatta say. Yes, we're gonna be unapologetic. A lot of what I understand, and tonight is going to be a great conversation, you know, because one of the biggest thing about Jamaica football is that, and football fans, is that we're all emotional and we're all passionate about the football, and everyone is passionate about Ravel Morrison, right? So tonight is going to be a great conversation. MPEG TV says Ravel is going to amaze me. I would hope so. I really do. I want Ravel to make me eat all of my words, because at the end of the day, I want Jamaica for win. I bring up Shelly-Ann Fraser and everybody in the comments that talk about it. So let's stop on that for a little bit. Shatta mentioning that she's 10-6 at 34. Yes. So all of you man talking about age. Shelly-Ann Fraser coming out at 10-6 at the age of 34. Can she? Is it possible for her to go out and break that FloJo record? I don't know, people asking questions. We're asking questions. Do you guys think that Shelly-Ann can go out and break FloJo record? We don't know. 10-6. Yeah, man. So Nicole Maddox says she stuck on Shelly-Ann and broke the 10-6. And she looked like she could have gone a lot faster too. If you ask me, from watching track and field and participating in and around that world over the years, she looked as if she have another gear she can kick into. Our start was great, but it could have been better. And then our finish, you can see the deceleration at the end. Shelly-Ann push just a little bit more. She could have probably got to 10-5. So Who knows, man? Who knows? JPS asks why the Jamaican males pull out of the race in the Florida. Don't have a clue. That's another topic that we need to research. I'm pretty sure the coach has some insight on that as well, but right now I don't know why they would them pull out of the race. So I have to look into that, JPS. I have to look into that. So people, as you guys know, as we said earlier, the show tonight is about Ravel Morrison and what he brings to the team. So we're gonna talk a few, interact with the comments a whole lot. Remember, you guys drop a like on the video because other people will want to come on pretty soon and give their say as to what exactly where exactly we're going. I'm gonna put my headphones in. That way we can interact a whole lot better. Make sure this is working. Shelly-Ann should have saved the 10-6 for the Olympics. It's going by that time. Well, 10-6 could be a precursor for something else. The 10-6 could be just a precursor for a 10-5 or a 10-4. You never know. You never know, Shatta. You never know. They might say she ran it in a positive 1 so you win. So I guess a positive 1-9 she could get the record. That too. Yeah, good. That's a very good point, Demar. Dr. GG says Shelly slow down before she reaches the line. Yeah, man. We see that I was mentioning that earlier. Shelly definitely step up before she hit the line. So that's something that we need to talk about. Let's hope Ravel can have a rebirth. Feed him some yellow yam and green banana. Good vibes. And probably eat all of them something there in England, because Jamaica culture rich and heavy in England, so probably I eat a whole of them something there in England. I think he's first generation or second generation, so them still probably have a whole lot of that type of food in their household. Alright, dog. So well, generally you want to peak later, but this doesn't seem like she carry up speed until the Olympics. I don't know if this. You're right. Generally, you want to peak a little bit later, but she hasn't run that much races this year, this calendar year, or this season. So, I mean, if you think about athletes peaking, then we can also consider that the more she run, being that she has run for so long, the faster she might get. This might not be her peak. I mean, a second race in our calendar year is not necessarily a peak. I don't think she's peaked yet. Alright, so let's get back into the football portion of it. Someone is saying Ravel will carry this team on his back. Ian Campbell. Ravel will carry this team on his back. I don't know about that one, Ian. That's something we can talk about. Don't know about that one, Ian. Don't know if Ravel will carry the team up on his back. I don't know. So I'm going to get my thoughts out. I'm sure we're going to talk about it again when the panel start pushing in. Once man like Fresh Cut and the rest of the gunman, the man them start say, yes, time to bring in the big guns. One thing I want to talk about still when it comes to Ravel Morrison, and this is very important to me as a fan, and I know you guys as football fanatics and breathers of the game. We want to see Ravel within a team, within the team. And what I mean by that is, I don't want to see the fanfare around Ravel Morrison being expressed in the team. Because we know that Jamaican fans at this point is reveling the fact that Ravel Morrison is playing for the team because of the talent that he has. And I don't want it to be a case where our players are saying we can't do anything without getting the ball through Ravel Morrison. So he needs to be within the team. It should not be a case like, Lionel Messi for Argentina and the last World Cup or the World Cup before that. In which case, everything has to go through him. So if he's having a bad day or a bad tournament, then nothing happens. You know what I mean? We need to say Ravel, as you know, Ian keep mentioning that Ravel is going to carry the team on his back. But then, how can you say that when you have people like Leon Bailey? How can you say that when you have a striker of the renown of Mikel Antonio, right? If anything, Ravel will be a supporting cast to those man. You understand? When you look on the movie, and when you finish watch a movie, the main star name come up first, and then the co-star, and then the supporting cast. The supporting cast should be Ravel, in my opinion, because man like Leon Bailey's been doing it for the past 3-4 years. Don't get me started on how long Mikel Antonio has been doing it in the Premier League. Let me put up this one here. Cataract plus photo official. Ravel fans will not be happy tonight. Shatter, you have a point. Because we're not coming. We know me and Cataract are going to come straight, and we're going to bring the facts. I am not biased. I'm not leaning either side when it comes to Ravel Morrison. You understand? Do I think he should have been given a chance? No. But now that he's been given that chance, I want to see him take it. I would love to see Ravel Morrison prove me wrong. Like, I would love to come back after the game and sit back and come on this panel and say, yo, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And I apologize. That's what I want. And because I want to see him go out and prove me wrong and beat Serbia. Massive shout out to the Jamaica reggae girls. Yeah, 100%. Big up to the reggae girls. You have a bunch of massive big talents coming out of the reggae girls. She play in France right now. I can't remember her name. One of the biggest strikers we have in terms of the reggae girls. She's rumored to want to come over to England to play one of the team for England, you know. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to see the Jamaican reggae girls representing all over the world. We have a couple of them playing. I think one of them playing in France. So we need to start focusing on that as well and start pushing those the reggae girls and their movement out. Bonnie Shaw, yeah, fresh guy, you got it right. So Bonnie Shaw. I say no, Michael God. You know you are biased against Ravel Morrison being in the team right now. But alright, let me set this straight. Do I think he should be in the team? No. That's it. I don't think he should be in the team. But he is in the team. So am I going to give him a prior opportunity? Yes. I don't have any bias towards him being in the team. That's my honest assessment, fam. I don't have any problems with him being in the team. I am not the one who picks the team, fam. I just know that he's in the team. I hope that he goes out and shows up, because I don't want my opinion and his selection affects our performance, because at the end of the day, I want my country to do well. So I am absolutely straight down the middle, unbiased at this point. So let me put up this comment there, because this one man said to stop hate for Ravel. I'm not hating on Ravel, fam. I'm not hating on Ravel. But we're going to talk about him today. We're going to talk about Serbia team. So yeah, what does Ravel Morrison bring to this Jamaica team? Ravel Morrison has the ability to be that connective tissue, right, between central defense, central defensive midfield, and the forward line. Depending on how Whitmore decides to set up his team, or depending on how Whitmore wants to set up his team, there is a possibility that Ravel is going to play in that number 10 position, right, where he's taking the ball off the defensive line or the central defensive midfield and connecting with the left wing, right wing, or the striker, or even inside of the midfield. Ravel has the ability to get past a player, so he can turn, push past a player, create. He has to be that creative connective tissue. So that's what he'll be bringing to this team in terms of his threat, creativity wise. He has the ability to to beat the press as well. They call it press resistant over in England. And the reason why, let me just put this up real quick so that people will know. Just so you guys know, if there's any question, Manchester is red, fam. Shut up, bless up yourself here. Anyway, you're there. You deserve that. Yeah, so as I was saying, Ravel Morrison have the ability to be very press resistant. So with people at his back, he'll be able to turn, play those wall passes, which is very essential when you're getting pressed. So we can always see Ravel Morrison being the drive in the team. That's what he will bring to this team. Will he be ready? I'm not sure. And the reason why I said I'm not sure, not only because he hasn't been playing, but we all know about the travel arrangements and the traveling problems that they've been having for a while. So it's going to be up in the air to see if our players are going to be ready. I don't think he'll be starting. It wouldn't be wise to start him because of everything that's been going on. But who knows, man? You can't really second guess these, man. Let's see what this man is saying. Michael Gordon, what's going on, fam? Whoa, what an answer, fourth official. He being in the team and Jamaica is what we see. It is not ideal, but don't cut off your face and save your nose philosophy. He is human, but has issues off the field. Absolutely. Of course, he have issues off the field. We know that. And we know the philosophy about cutting off your face despite your nose. Again, we're all supporters of the national team. We all want to see the national team do well. And if Ravel Morrison is the answer, fine. That is yet to be seen. But I'm with it 100%. Fresh God say everybody if you share the live, make sure everybody come on and share the live. Make sure you come on, share it with your friends and family, throw it on your YouTube, your Twitter, your Insta. Make sure you say everybody knows so with the live, we're up and running. Unseen Sports, bless up yourself. Manners, David Daly, Canada, Jamaica, bless up yourself, my fam. Manners, welcome to the channel. This is, of course, the coach's desk, hosted by the substitute teacher, the fourth official. I'm going to take this opportunity to plug my YouTube channel as well. We talk about Premier League, overarching football, with a heavy Manchester United bias, just so you know. Just so you know, it's heavy Manchester United bias. Is this the coach's desk? Yes, it still is the coach's desk, people. You're tuning into the coach's desk. It's just the substitute is here. You understand? The coach is having some minor difficulties. And, he finally took me off the bench and put me in. So I'm here. Don't worry. Don't worry. We have the same expertise as the coach, but he's just better than us at it, right? Don't worry, YG. Don't worry, YG. You're in a good and same way. Bless up yourself. Michael Gordon again. You're an astute analyst, but ease up of a Ravel. But implore the powers to be get help to Ravel. Honestly, Jamaica is everything to me. Alright, so me get what you're saying, and I am not saying that Ravel Morrison is no good. I've never said that. I have never said that I don't want Ravel Morrison in this team. Not once have I said that. I am not coming down on Ravel because of what he's going through or what he's been through. Because we've all been through difficulties, we've all been through rough times. My stance on Ravel is coming solely from a footballing principle point of view. Because as I said, I want to see Ravel Morrison do well. I want to see him come in the team. I want to see him kill it. I want to see him win. So I'm not coming for Ravel Morrison from the standpoint of I think he's no good and I don't want him in the team because he's no good. My stance has been and always been that, if you're not playing for a club, I don't think you should be called up by the national team, regardless of how good you are. Jerry Miller said, what kind of sub this? And the super sub, Jerry. That sub where you need a goal at the 90th minute, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type of sub. You understand? Come on and win the Champions League for me at the 98th minute. That's what's going on right now, Jerry. People, a lot of if you don't know, me, Jerry, and the coach go school together at GC Faster. So where we learn the trade, own the trade and sports and coaching and teaching and all them stuff. Bless up yourself, Jerry Miller. Big baller. Bless up yourself, my family. I have no updates on Bailey injury. No updates so far from my point of view. I was looking into it yesterday as to where he is in his recovery. But doing a little bit of social media research, he was in Dubai earlier this week, and he didn't seem to have any discomfort with all the videos and pictures that he's posting, but that can be, of course, misleading in terms of recovery. But no update so far on what Bailey on his injury and how soon how much longer he'll be out. All right, people, make sure you drop the like on the video and share it. Shatta make them know the Ole Gunner social type of sub. All of the Manchester United fans in the building, make you drop a red heart in the comment section. All of the Man United fans, them drop a red heart in the comment section so that they will know Manchester United fans in the building. Dre, anyway, that sports. Bless up yourself. Mad. Bro, he's off the ball, I might get a slide tackle. Ravel all the way. 100%, man. Hey, we can tell you right now, if Ravel play, man, and drop a worldie. If Ravel play and drop a worldie in a game against Serbia, I'm going to be the first man. Pan this year, jump up and down, get myself a Ravel jersey, You understand? I'm just still stick to my principle, though. Check out all of the heart them in the comment section, the big Manchester United fans. Check them out. Fully Reds. Fully Reds. Rome, are you saying you prefer to lose than look at your best midfielder in a practice game to see what kind of shape he's in? Alright, hold on. MPEG TV, hold on. Because away though, up out of the stream and come back MPEG TV. It's like you never hear what me say. You never hear what me say MPEG TV. Alright, so let me repeat that again. Because MPEG never listen to me, yes sir. These friendlies that are coming up, Ravel Morrison is already in the team. You can't do anything about that. Ravel Morrison is picked in the team, and I'm going to support the team, which means that I'm going to support Ravel Morrison. The question that was placed to me, Ketarak, and the rest of them is that do we like the squad that Jamaica picked? And I was like, no, because said man should not be in the team. That's what I said. But no, we know that this man is in the team. This man has traveled to Japan and he's going to play. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing either of us can do about that. I just gave my opinion and what I thought. I'm not going to waver on that opinion. Now, if Ravel Morrison comes in and plays well, I'm going to be the first one with my hand up saying, what a game. Ravel proved me wrong. Hopefully he can keep it up and let's get him into a club. I'm not going to drop the fact that he needs to be playing football. I'm not saying that I want to lose. There's no guarantee that if Ravel starts, we're going to win. There's no guarantee that if he doesn't start, we're going to win. I'm just saying, from someone who has played the game and been into different teams, for him not to have played for that long, it makes no sense to start him. Hold on, let me plug in my charger. It makes no sense to start him in this game. Bring him on, get him legs running for 30 minutes, then the next practice match, give him 70, because this is basically going to be his preseason. I'm not saying that I want to lose. I'll never want my country to lose a game, fam. DJ Romania, right. Ravel support Gunners. Probably that's why, sure. We're not still up in cars. You will comment, I go get mad. Shut up, me now backtrack. No, you're mad. We know say the Ravel fans them emotional. We're not backtracking on anything. Ravel already in the team. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do about it. I've been said since day one that he should not have been in the team, but he's already in the team. So there's nothing we can do about it. A simple fact that if Whitmore had listened to me, Jerry would have played for Jamaica right now. Jerry Miller would have played for Jamaica right now if Whitmore had listened to me, but they don't listen to me. So there's nothing we can do about that. Alright. We could put something straight here before we start getting the panelists them on the team. I am supporting the Jamaica national team. I am not a supporter of Ravel Morrison. Ravel Morrison just so happens to play for the Jamaica national team. You understand? If Ravel Morrison don't play for the team tomorrow, there won't be a sweat off of my back. So don't say I am supporting Ravel Morrison with a heavy heart. What I'm saying is I am man enough to say yes, he played well, even though I thought he was not going to play well. If in fact he plays well tomorrow. That's all I am saying, fam. Understand what I'm saying here. I said he should not be in this team because he hasn't been playing football. Somehow he's in this team. I am supporting the team because I'm a Jamaican and I love my country and I love my country's football. That's all I'm saying. People will have to stop talking about Ravel tonight, and I swear, Ravel fans are emotional. Warren Webster, with who we have in Japan, who would you put instead of Ravel? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. And to be fair, this is a question that I would pose to all of the Ravel Morrison fans here in the chat tonight. If you were to look at it objectively and not start Ravel Morrison, who would you play and in what position would you play? That's a question we should put in the chat to see where the Ravel Morrison fans are at. Ravel Morrison fanboys. Let's say Ravel Morrison doesn't start, or maybe, him tired and him come off after 75 minutes. What would you do? You tell me, what would you guys do? Before me put that up, I mean, Jerry Miller said play with 10. Ravel Morrison fanboys are out here tonight. This question is very important. I say, fourth official, you think we're going to get back the Japan match since they cancel it in the near future? That's a very good question. I don't know. It depends on how badly both teams want to play. Japan have World Cup qualifiers coming up. I think they have a couple World Cup qualifiers coming up. In which case they need to get their players up and running. Japan, I don't think would have any issues with organizing another friendly with another country at any given time. You have to remember, whenever Jamaica goes into a friendly right now, we're going in with the premise that, hey, we need this friendly and we can get this done. If we're going into a friendly with a country like Japan, who can organize a friendly at any given time, Serbia, which would have no problem with organizing a friendly, we know the difficulties that the JFF has in finance and the organizational structure, that we would be pushing for this match to continue. I don't know if Japan is willing to do so, especially seeing that the reason why it was cancelled is because of our incompetence. I don't know why Japan would like to go back and shake hands on another one again, seeing that we were so incompetent in setting up the first one. When you set up a friendly, both sides have responsibilities to get their teams there ready to go. And if you and in the JFF are not able and willing to organize your club or your country in a way where you can get the ballers to a point where they can play the game, why should Japan come back and say, hey, we really want this game, when them can easily go play with South Korea, or they can just skip over to North Africa and play Tunisia, any one of those countries, like, that are deep in competition that need a friendly right now. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. We asked the question earlier to all of the Ravel fans, who would you play if you're not going to play Ravel? And the Ravel fans are say player with 10. These Ravel fans. MPEG TV, what you saying, fam? MPEG saying he's not a Ravel fan. He just wants everyone to be looked at so we can field our best team in the World Cup. I'm with you, MPEG. I'm with you on that. 100%. And if Ravel, by not playing for our team for the past year or so, still stands out as the best player, even though he hasn't been playing, then by all means, plug him in there. But I'm not going to let go of my stand. But a good point you make. Definitely good point. Why don't you ask the question? You're the Ravel detractor. I am the Ravel detractor. I am still not the coach though. Right? I'm Ravel detractor, but I'm still not the coach. However, I think it's more important for the Ravel fans to tell me, seeing that Ravel is untouchable, who do you think should be a substitute for Ravel? If Ravel, let's say Ravel play 80 minutes, who else will come on? Just don't make a sub. That's the Jamaican squad bad. The man them can't come up with a name. The man them can't push out a name that would sub Ravel Morrison. The comment section going wild, people. The comment section going wild. I love it. Gregory Fowler, bless up yourself. Shatter, you know, I'm going to touch that point here real quick. You said some way a true Man U fan would support Ravel. I would 100% if Ravel was a Man U fan. Ravel got through the Man United Academy and then I come brag about him an Arsenal fan. Arsenal fan, you know, brother. Arsenal we have fight for 10th place. Arsenal we have struggle for relevance. About him an Arsenal fan. Go away, you know. Alright, we got some names coming in. Man say Luca Levy. Man say Tariq McGee. Play right then at the central. Let me bring up the current squad. We're down there right now. Let me bring that up real quick. We'll take a look at the ballers then to see. Oh, they don't do it. This man said Luca Levy. What do you guys think about Luca Levy? What do you guys think about Luca Levy right now? Alright, let me see. Alright, so when you talk about people who is there in the squad right now that's down there, because I for one would have played Bobby Reed right in there, but I don't I heard Bobby Reed didn't make the trip. But would I play Bobby Reed right there if him not playing? I think I heard that Maggie wasn't down there for real, you know. About 5 people make the trip, people. How much people actually down there? We need confirmation as to how much ball are actually down there. Because I ain't hearing a whole heap of stuff that a whole part of the ball of them. Obviously we know a whole part of the ball of them didn't make it. So I mean Ravel too, I mean Tariq too young for travel. Why you need you need like a babysitter or something? When him said Tariq McGee is too young to travel. I'm at 2 years. You know you can't travel when you're 2 years or older, right? We're gonna leave Luca Levy out there. We're gonna look. All to say about Hector. Hector can play in a Ravel Morrison position. Who say Hector? Let me see all of the ads them for Hector. All of the man them will say they want Hector play in a Ravel Morrison position. Let me see a thumbs up in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section if you want Hector play in a Ravel Morrison position. If Hector not there, we'll bring him down there. If Hector not there, we'll bring him down there. You don't want to hear that. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. MPEG TV is a negative. It sounds like, well, to be honest, it seems like we have a depleted team. You understand? It seems like we have a depleted team. And I don't know how we're going to get over that. Especially in this team. Because at certain areas, there is a potential that Serbia can walk all over we. Now, the last competitive game I watched with Serbia was them with Portugal. And it was a competitive game. I think they draw like 2-2 or so with Portugal. And it was a very competitive game. So in the meantime, first of all, we're fresh guy there. Fresh guy, make you know when you drop the link so we can get the man them come on the team. Jerome Bramfield, you put some words together when it makes sense. Like all these words come together and make a sentence. Don't make no sense to me. What does that mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? I've been addressing this all day and I don't understand what it means. Manchester is blue. When last I go Manchester? Hey, listen me, man. Ian Campbell says, sadly, nobody else in the squad can substitute for Ravel Morrison. And fun and joke aside, want to Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer not done there. Anybody know where is Casey Palmer? Is Casey Palmer missing? The man them will keep on saying Manchester is blue. They matter about the Manchester or Jamaica. It's like them pick up themselves and take a taxi go over Manchester and I talk about Manchester is blue. So when I pay them man, then I'm like, any man who support Manchester City right now, or some man will just start watch football. You know? Some already come up football fans. They just start watch football from 2012. So if Casey Palmer not there, because you see Casey Palmer on the list or something, you know. So when I like to know, it seems like there really is nobody for substitute for Ravel Morrison. So Ravel Morrison not going to play the full 90. Ravel Morrison not going to play the full 90. Casey Palmer not done there. I'm getting a lot of disturbing news. Miscommunication. Flex Supreme said Casey Palmer down there. JP said Casey Palmer there in England. Other man said Casey Palmer there in Manchester because Manchester blue. Casey Palmer, I'm getting news like Casey Palmer is down in Manchester trying to figure out whether it's blue or red. So I've got to link up Casey Palmer to find out what's going on. Does anybody have the lowdown of all the players who's in Japan right now? I go drop the link. So the man them can come on and make we know who exactly is in Manchester right now. Is in Manchester. You don't find the Japan right now. The link is ready to be dropped. The link is dropped, people. The link is ready to go. Just pin it on the thing. So anytime when you're ready. Cataract is here. Cataract have been waiting. I'm going to see in the comment section. Jump in for the thing, Cataract. You know how long more some help? Yeah, man. Ravel Morrison fans them out there. I do them thing rough, man. Ravel Morrison fans out there. The emotional fans them a ball.
I'm a ball.
Yeah.
Well, before the match, you know, so I'm not going to beat them too bad, but they can beat and teach still. Hot girl in there, Bristol. Casey Palmer, party.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Maybe you can give me a low down part. So Casey Palmer no dead as we say.
Nah, man, the man in there back and forth, brother. Up and down. Take one for clown. No, sir. Remember now you're dealing with professional footballers, man. Some man now going to take them foolishness there.
True.
Casey Palmer come through the Chelsea system, you know, so we're talking Premier League professional. You understand? What I want to know though, port officials, they don't have no testing at the airport in Ireland. Because I make a link and I try to contact them. And I was told I can get a test at the airport. But just call the airport of Holland. A joke.
Just to check.
Just to check. And when I want to know when I come on the program, I'm talking sense.
But I think they have testing at all of the airports across Europe. You know?
No, but true me not travel. Like, yeah. They are foreign where they are. Right? Every international airport in the time of COVID have testing because they have to test the pilot then.
Yeah.
And the staff.
And it also depends on where I go to more. Sometimes they can't even come in the country without even certain precautions taken too.
No, you add the test to show the airline. It's about boarding the airline.
Yeah.
So even big Jamaica, we have a little hut right outside Norman Manley. A little hut. You can go get your test. Pay $17,500 or $18,000, you get your test.
Yeah.
Let's call it a bills $50 US.
Exactly.
So the question is, did somebody not want to pay for a test?
That's probably what it was in a cataract. Because when you think about it, money rule everything, you know. You understand? Money run everything, you know. And with the JFF being stingy with the money from day one, you know.
So you fly the man them back.
So the question.
But tonight's supposed to be the match night, you know. So we shave everything now.
Yeah, we see already feet, man.
But we have to stand cranky. Touch them up.
We see already feet, man. And tell the man them ready to come on and can. We're gonna talk about what Ravel Morrison are gonna bring to the team. We're gonna try our best to don't make the emotional Ravel Morrison fans make us stray in a
I don't know where these fans are, brother. These are a 1 game fan.
Yeah.
These are 120 minutes fan. Because they never, and I'm challenging them, never watch Ravel Morrison play. Ever, apart from the Serbia game and the 45 minutes. Not Serbia, the
Saudi Arabia games. Yeah.
They never watch Ravel Morrison play.
Yeah. Watch him play what? He come on second half in that first game.
Yeah, and then
he play the full 90 next game.
The other game. Ravel Morrison is a figment of the imagination. Came through Manchester United and scored one wonder goal against Tottenham for West Ham.
For West Ham.
And that is what everybody is getting their rocks off on. You understand?
Yeah.
So we shall see when they come on. I have my train and my stuff in the ring.
Big up Stan Cranky is here, man. Big up yourself, Stan.
So
go on.
So I think we need some balance on the program. I came on because we need balance. We need balance.
You ready for touch gloves?
We need balance. It's very one-sided.
You ready to touch gloves? Stan Cranky?
I don't touch glove with losers. I'm like my
Stan Cranky. Hold on. Before you say something, Cataract. Stan Cranky say no touch glove with losers. And him support Arsenal and all Arsenal do lose. Oh, that makes sense.
So when last has Man U won the Premier League title? I'm just trying to remember.
Why you going?
No.
I don't know that me out.
Wait. Official. This is a serious match. We are not talking about Arsenal or Man U.
Who won the FA Cup last year? Who won the FA Cup last year?
Oh, it worse than London Arsenal.
Oh, what did Man U win?
No, but
we never win anything last year. You think we first to tell you?
You win anything this year? Wait, go anything this year?
No?
So what is foreign to you? Keep going. Let's talk about Jamaica.
Let's talk about Jamaica. You're a bit disrespectful to the man's side because you have Queen's Park Rangers, you have Leighton Orient, You have Dagenham and Redbridge. You understand?
And then you have Arsenal.
Arsenal. Go around there. I don't have no problem with Arsenal, but this is not the bad. This is.
And I have no problem with these either. So
we have no problem. We have no problem at all. Whatsoever. You're my neighbor in the table. And
oh Lord,
Cranky, let me know where your neck feel, because all you do is look up for Man United. Yeah.
You want a trophy? You want a trophy this year? You want a trophy? You finish in the top 4. That's your trophy.
No. I never said I want a trophy.
no, hold on. Fourth official. You have to keep the peace, you know. You're here as a referee.
Yes. Sorry. Thank you for bringing me back. I am the substitute.
1 second. 1 second.
Same here. 1 second.
I am the substitute, so I have to be. Let me bring it back, people. Apologies. Let me bring it back. I am here as the coach substitute, so I'm gonna bring it back to being the host. Okay. So Cranky,
so I have my robe.
I would love to know what you think, Cranky, about the Ravel Morrison situation. What does Ravel Morrison bring to the team? What can we expect tomorrow when it comes to Ravel Morrison and Jamaica?
Well, let's hope he starts. At least from where I sit. So, the player has to be on the field to demonstrate what they can do.
Yeah.
But I think the concern people have expressed is that Ravel doesn't have a club, is not playing, and part of their requirement, I assume for a lot of national teams, is that you're playing for a club. In fact, for some teams, you probably have to be starting for a club, even though coaches make exceptions. So in this case, we have made an exception. I think Ravel has demonstrated, even though he's a nomad, that he does have the capability to perform at a very good level. And my expectation that he will play well come tomorrow. Come Monday morning, my time. He will be playing well. Because it's innate to his game. Quality doesn't really just dissipate, Quality is always there. Now, he may not have the stamina, because training on your own is not the same as match game, as we all know. It's not the same as playing in a game where you have to be, and he plays both ways. So he's not a player like McGee who just plays offensively. He plays both ways. So my expectation is that he will play well, and also shut up the naysayers who keeps complaining about a player who doesn't have a club and should be playing. It says something, two things. One about our midfield, which is lacking quality, and two about the player and the player's quality. And if a player is the MVP player in a game in Saudi Arabia where he has to be really playing football, either your midfield is atrocious and or the player has quality. It's one of the two.
Okay. So, fourth official, I've taken off the robe, entered the ring. And all of this is prefixed by saying, I wish that Ravel Morrison takes the field tomorrow and shocks us all and produces a stunning display that he's able to. Is Dusan Tadic playing? I hope to see how he comes up against him. And I have no ill feelings towards Ravel Morrison. Put that up. No ill feelings towards Ravel Morrison. I see your fans are here already, Cranky. Cataract fans coming. And so what we're talking about, and I'm going to share something with you, fourth official, because we cannot have these things. Where do I go now? Why can't I see this? I want to see the entire screen. I want to share something with you. I'm not sure why I can't share it. Yes. So I want to share. I tried to share something. I just want to know why it's not coming up. It's the window. Oh, it's the window I need to share. Okay. So I'm here to debunk the myth, and I want to ask you, Stan, to tell your fans and the people where and in which match have you seen Ravel Morrison play? And let me be kind to you. In which one of the 4 + 3 + 1? No, hold on. Sorry. The 1 + 3, which is 4, + 5, 9, 4, 13, 15 matches that Ravel Morrison has played in the last 6 years are you referring to? 15 matches he has started in the last 6 years.
I think to answer that question, the last time I see Ravel play before I saw him in Saudi Arabia was for West Ham. That was a long, long time ago.
That's 20.
So let me say something. But I've said this. So I used to play on a team that had. You remember Dago? No. Let me get to my point. You remember Dago? You remember Dago Gordon? I used to play on a team where Dago used to play on a team.
Yes.
And
Diego.
Yeah. And let me say something about Dago, which is if Dago didn't play ball for 5 years and he come play, he still is the best player on the field. Period. Now he may not have the stamina to run, but he was still the best player on the field.
No.
By a good distance, by the way. By a good distance. And he didn't play for 5 years. That's the same way with Morrison. Now, Morrison has had a troubled life, period, right? But let's not talk about his troubled life. Let's talk about today. So if you're the coach Whitmore and the JFF, and you've talked about Anthony Grant and all these players who are playing all this time, and yet the JFF has decided that this player, given his attributes, given our needs, satisfy what we're looking for, why would we be so perturbed about the player having the opportunity to play for us? We complain about English players and Godfrey and all of them who don't want to play. He's committed to playing for us. He has demonstrated the capability. Yes, he can stick with a team because sometimes, and he has that Jamaican DNA in him, which is, you know what? Always have the attitude problem. We all know that's the case. That's probably his main thing. And he's had some serious situation in his life, personal situation in his life, which has put him into a very difficult situation. And yes, he can't stick with a team. But you know what? The fact that he's getting opportunities to play for teams suggests that he has quality.
Okay, so Stan, and again, I'm coming and asking the fourth official, you're the referee. Don't make a bad come and get the.
Fourth official is biased.
Don't make no man. No, but you just talk whenever I interrupt you. Don't make
No. But
I get no straight shot.
Hold on. Wait.
My thing, I clap.
All right, so we just hear Cranky. Cranky. I would love to hear your rebuttal, and then we're gonna go to the gentleman that just come in. Cross Skywards.
One more point, and you have the floor.
All right, go on, Cranky.
Fourth official is not an impartial referee, because I heard it before the program started, bashing the player. So how can he be the referee? How can he be the judge, the arbiter? It makes no sense.
Okay, so now you're complaining.
I'm an impartial person, and we can have the conversation.
All right, hold on. Just so you know.
Let me clap now, man.
Dating.
I'm ready. First of all, once again, he has made a lovely pirouette without answering the question. That this player has played 15 games since 2015. 15 games in 6 years. And if he gets upset, if he gets bright, I'm going to tell you how many minutes he played in those games. He's had 15 starts, right? Now, we've had a player who has played less than half an hour in the last year. For the 4 games that he has played, it's less than half an hour, fourth official, at his last club, right? Now, I want to clear up a bit clearly. Anthony Grant is a central defensive midfield, and Ravel Morrison is a box-to-box. So I don't know why people keep bringing the two things together. They're not the same players. The comparative player in Jamaica would be Kevin Isaacs, who was the last central defensive midfielder, and Michael Hector. So it's a red herring to bring Ravel into a discussion. I saw a ball occur. One day you can come on and debate me, but today is Stan Cranky. So that my player wasn't selected. Look, the technical team made this decision. They live by it. I'm not going to stop supporting Jamaica because a player that I rate is not selected. Jamaica still has my 100% support. But to bring in Anthony Grant is not a box-to-box midfielder. He's a central defensive midfielder. So if we're talking comparisons, we have to talk about Anthony Grant versus Michael Hector and Kevin Isaacs. So I want Stan Cranky to tell me why this player has started 15 games in the last 6 years, right? Which includes in 2014, 2015, a total inability. 0 games started at Lazio and 0 games started at Cardiff City in the championship. So in the championship, he could not even start a game. At Queen's Park Rangers, he was only able to start 1 game, right? At Middlesbrough in the championship, he was only able to start 3 games. 3 games, yes. So I want that addressed. That we talk about all these championship ballers, and here we have a player that played 4 seasons in the championship for Cardiff, Queen's Park Rangers, Sheffield Wednesday, and Middlesbrough, and could only start a total of 4 games, including playing for 2 teams and not being able to start. Right? I see Jerry Miller's comment, and so we're saying that what you do in 1 game and a half is enough for everything. Yet, when we talk about any other player, even to talk about 2 games, we are told that is not a big enough sample size. So when it comes to Ravel Morris, the goalpost shift, and 90 plus 45 minutes is enough to say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I am telling you, apart from those games, maybe Stanner saw him in 2012, and at which time Damian Stupes Low and Claude Davis were still playing, so we can bring them in because they were fairly good. And now we're at 2021, almost a decade later, right? I'm suggesting to you that we may be pitching our tent on sinking sand. If you go to a club and transfer to a club, and for a whole season you cannot start a single game, they calls into question.
Okay.
And as I said, I hope he does well tomorrow. I have no ill feelings against him. I hope I'm proven wrong. But I'm at a day to go. I'm telling you, I have a serious concern if our midfield is built around a player who has played less than 30 minutes for a season in the last 2020-21 season. So it's not only that he hasn't had a club, it's that when he had a club, he played 4 minutes. Right?
All right. Make we bring in Mr. Crack Skyward there. Come in, introduce yourself, and make we know what you think about the Ravel Morrison conversation, my boss.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, man.
But in the comment section and here, look a preamble thing, before the panelists come on. Alright, so for me, basically, alright, for me, first and foremost, we have to use what we see a man do for really judge him, right? To see if him provide something we're missing, right? Or if he's a help to the team or not, right? And for what me personally, you never know about a player. I never had to follow him up really, right? Until recently, right? But from what I have seen, right, when I say Saudi Arabia, I don't know big team per se, if it's a boy, you know, rare, right? But for me, from what I have seen, right, I think Ravel brings something to the team we're missing. That creativeness there, right? Based on the match when we see the matches we see now, which is the 2 Saudi match, right? Especially the last one. I never get to see him good in the first one. But the last match, based on what we see, when me see him play, me think he bring something, he bring that command thing there about him where me think the midfield lack. That creativeness there, in bring it to the team we're really missing. You understand? And so for me, just because of him doing another match there, me think him deserve to be in the team, right? However, my stance is this, see, base power we have right now, right? And based on the selection, the present selection, right? For me, if a Luca leave it there, and when name, the next man name, the next midfielder name, man, Kevin Isaacs is there, and them man they don't play for you long, then me personally feel say it's just fair in terms of that. So Ravel, they in the team because we see him can bring right in the Saudi Arabia match. However, though, for me, I feel say Ravel should have been in our team, which in our team now, we don't know what the reason, you know. But we can clearly, me personally can clearly say me see him bring something different to the team where the team never have, where the team did miss. You understand? So for me don't have a problem with him being at the team. But me love for him get a team. Me love for him get a team before World Cup qualifier start. So you got to start getting some match time to get up to par. But me never have a problem with him in the team so far. I'm still bring something different to the team.
So before you go, Cataract, I'm going to go next. Cataract, you had your time. Let me go.
Hold on. Yeah, Cranky. Yeah, first we're gonna need your rebuttal on what Cataract did say, and also if you have anything to chime in on what Cracks just said us a while ago.
So last night we witnessed via Cataracts a sample of about a 3-4 minute sample of the highlights from Anthony Grant on YouTube, and I'm sure we got the copyright straightened out. And he looked good. I saw him being very rash, frankly, jumping in the tackles, which is 1940s way of playing, 2 for the tackles, but that's okay. He didn't hurt anyone. Those of you who are in the audience tonight and in the comments, go on YouTube, type in Ravel Morrison, and look at those 5 minutes highlights. Go on YouTube, type in Ravel Morrison. So Cataract talked about playing for 5 years and how much years. Look when he played for England. What was that, under 21? Look at all those highlights when he's playing. Let's play for England, not just playing for some scrub team, some pub team. Look when he's playing for England, right? At the youth level, because we always talk about this team play for Chelsea Academy and this academy, and he played for U team. Go look at it and look at the highlights. Look at him going between nutmeg, flick. In the Saudi Arabia game on the 18-yard line, when he spun and flicked the ball with his right to his left foot, only Ronaldinho players type with those quality to make those plays. Those plays, you can't even invent them. They're not normal. If you're a baller and you eye test, you go back to the play against Saudi Arabia. Outside the 18, when he spun around 2 defenders and they're sitting there wondering what the hell happened. I thought he was beside me. Go watch the eye test. Use the eye test. Don't just watch the stats, because stats are nice and stats are great, but he can make a pass. He can make a tackle. He can beat a man. The fundamentals of football, which you need, and differentiation in the player, that differentiate from the normal player who can make a 5-yard pass but can't make a 30-yard pass, who can't beat a man, who can't run by a man, who can't make a tackle. He has all the attributes. And wait, I'm so confident in Ravel, even though he hasn't played in eons, he only played in Jamaica, just practicing. Because when you say a player hasn't played games, he hasn't played an official professional game. That's different from he's played practice game. At Sheffield, I'm sure he played practice game. I'm sure he got tryouts. So he has played games, but not professional game in a professional environment. So Cataract, here's a question for you. If not Ravel, who do you play?
All right, hold on. Before you answer that, Cataract,
I just want to point about it. I want again to say this, right? Because I heard Skyrock say, based on the team that is there is no question that there are no midfielders, so that Ravel Morrison will have to start. So it's not a debate. So that can't be the debate, because I could not in my right mind be saying that Luca Levy, who has played even less than Ravel Morrison, should be the starter, right? So I hope to just clear that up, because that's like an easy gimme where anybody will look for. And those 5 minute highlight is the entire career.
All right. So before we get into that, and before we move towards Cataract, giving his point to counteract what Cranky just said. Let's just put this out there, people. When you go on YouTube and type in a baller, you're going to find a compilation of the best things that man have ever done. It's not necessarily a great depiction of what particular, which is why I'm sorry I missed the conversation after with the video yesterday, but I was never going to use that 3-minute video to determine whether Anthony Grant was great or not great, because again, that's a compilation of everything that he did. They're not going to show a full game is what you use to determine the quality of a footballer over a period of time. That compilation does not show Anthony Grant off the ball. The compilation that you talk about with Ravel Morrison does not show Ravel Morrison off the ball. It doesn't show him when he make all of the mistakes, what he do after he make the mistakes. That's what makes a footballer. So let's move over to Marlon real quick. Marlon, jump in, introduce yourself, and let us know what you think about.
Good night, Cataract. Big up yourself. Bertram, good night. Rome. Skyward.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Touching on the Ravel point, right? Right now, with what we have in the squad, I think Ravel there, although he's not playing for the longest while, but I think he has a lot to offer, to bring to the table, right? We cannot really go and compare Luca Levy or Kevin Isaac with Ravel. Ravel has come up through a professional system, So although he's not playing, I know he's gonna be training to keep himself up to a fitness level, so he can compete. So the only thing still, because we know his talent, we know his capability, we know what he can do. Once Ravel is on the field and he's playing, you get the best out of him there. So he has something to offer to the team, and basically in the squad right now, he's our probably best midfielder. Although he's not playing, so I'm not gonna beat him on that. He's somebody has something to really deliver, and I'm looking for him to put on a good performance tomorrow night.
Bet. I Cataract. Maybe you have said no.
All right, so I'm going to repeat this ad nauseum. I am look forward to Ravel Morrison doing well for Jamaica. I would like my team to win. I wish the baller no bad feelings. Of what we have there, he is the best of the bunch, and so he deserves a starting spot. Because the other bunch has not, he's played 30 minutes for the season, the others have played 0. Right? So if they're going to come on and just make that point, everybody, it's the same thing. You beat a dead horse. Again, the only midfield out there is Luca Levy that's left. Casey Palmer's at yard with some big bottom girls. And my opinion only, and not that of coach's desk, in case he's at home with his grandma praying at a church service.
Allegedly, right? People. Somebody put allegedly in the comments so we can put it up on the screen.
Allegedly, he's at a prayer meeting with his grandmother in Bristol City, but certainly not in Japan. And so it's what's there, right? This debate that I think we're having is what is it possible for Ravel to bring, not whether Ravel will be on the field, and what will Ravel bring to the team, to the Gold Cup and the World Cup qualifiers. And I'm saying to you, persons are basing their decisions on 90 plus 45 minutes. And the 45 minutes was okay that he came on. It's really in the second game that he had a tremendous 90 minutes. And I'm saying Buster Douglas had a great one night when he knocked out Mike Tyson. Does that mean that Buster Douglas is great? He was the world heavyweight champion. After that, he's been on his back so many times. So let's not just take one game, because as I quote Bertram, aka Stan Kroenke, that one game is not a sample size and one swallow doesn't make a summer. On the issue, fourth official regarding the 2 minutes of Anthony Grant, it was not for people to assess the baller, but some people said they've never seen him. They don't know anything about. They know if he's black, white, short, tall, slim, fat. And so I'm saying that 2 minutes was just an introduction. You cannot judge a baller by a highlight reel. I am not judging Ravel Morrison by a highlight reel. I've seen Ravel Morrison in the 4 times that he was in the championship, right? I saw him sitting on the bench and not getting a game against Leeds, right? Even though the side was being beaten. I've seen him on the field, right? I've seen him on the field. I'm not biased again. I'm going to put it up again. Don't say we're biased. What does bias mean?
Let me address this real quick.
Both myself and Rome wish no bad luck or no ill feelings towards Ravel Morrison. I wish Ravel Morrison would score a hat-trick. Score 10 goals. Would be the most that he scored in his life.
Teddy Lee, right? First represent my character. I'm not the guest host, I'm the substitute. Get that right. Okay,
it's not good to give compliments and take them back at the same time. It doesn't really work. It's not really a compliment.
What is that a compliment?
No.
So you just said you hope he score a goal, but
that's not a compliment.
Didn't play.
I said I hope.
Okay, all right. I said this in my preamble earlier.
Fourth official. Hold on. I'm going to ask, in the last 6 years, how many goals has Ravel Morrison scored, Stan?
Let me answer by saying this. I'm gonna make a statement.
It's a number. It's a number. It's not a.
No. You can't tell me how to answer.
I'm the first knockout.
I've been thinking about Jamaica's midfield over the last 30 years, maybe 35 years. So Skill Cole was deemed to be Jamaica's best footballer. Very good footballer. I have to play against Skill. Very good footballer. I can't think of a midfielder since then. I'm just thinking about for players who played for 6 years. I can't think of a midfielder since then who's better than Morrison, actually. Let me say this again. Over the last 30 years,
I just hope that
No.
Dan's job. They don't have to do a drug test.
No. Let me say this again. Name me.
About the bush.
Name me midfielder. You can say wait what?
You want me to name them? You want me to name them?
Cranky's a troll, fam.
You want me to name
couldn't
them?
split a defense to save his life. I've watched Whitmore play all his career. Couldn't split a defense to pass to save his life.
Jermaine Teddy Johnson. And put some respect on the ball of him. The ball of
Teddy Johnson just
hold on. Jermaine Teddy Johnson. Put some respect on the midfield of them name.
So
Played
over the last 30 years,
played over 180 something games in the championship for one club. The same Ravel Morrison was there at the same time and had to sit on the bench of his club.
So I'm
saying to you that let's start counting at Jermaine Teddy Johnson, since you want to bring up midfielder.
Yeah.
Let's bring up Omar Ratty Daly, right? Who was a box-to-box midfielder with over 100 appearances in the championship and the Scottish championship, right?
All right, hold on, we're gonna get back.
Hold on. Who have 80 something, how much 50 something appearances for Jamaica? So I am not.
So I've said before. I'm saying this again.
Bright, new shiny toy.
I've said this again. I've said this again. Over the last 35 years, I've seen Jamaican midfielder. We produce little or no very good midfielders. Little or none.
So what happened to Jermaine? It don't make sense.
I know Jermaine. I know Jermaine well. Jermaine lives in Brooklyn here.
Jermaine
team. He practically plays for my team in Brooklyn. At 40, he still can make a pass. But Jermaine played one way. Going north, not south. He only goes north. I know Jermaine well. I like Jermaine. Very good pass. Vision. Jermaine only one way for the vision.
Cranky, I troll man in a cranky. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Before we go forward.
Jermaine is a great guy. Very good football.
Before we go forward. Make we bring in Jay anyway, because man been sitting patiently waiting for the chance to come on and make we know how much him support Ravel Morrison and how much him think Ravel Morrison are the best thing since sliced bread. So Jay, make we know what you think.
Sitting patiently and relaxing, because I'm the only man who have a trophy on the whole panel that we are looking on right now. Champions of Europe again. That's Robert team every time we come on. Big up everybody for me.
Bless up yourself, Fabo.
Thanks, Pierre. We had one last year too. That was good.
Big up, Jay.
Go ahead.
All right. So, the Ravel thing now, for years we've been chasing this player, and then he finally turned out for us and represent us versus Saudi Arabia. Given that is like a full game and a half, we have to go from what we see from the player when he's done the national colors. And I see flair, composure, creativity from this player. Not thinking about all the reasons why he hasn't been playing club football consistently. But when he turned out for Jamaica and represent us, I see a player that we need in the team on a regular basis, on a consistent basis. And this will help the confidence of the younger players who play in the midfield also. And I can't knock him. I don't know what the personal reasons, what his training like at the club level, but I believe that he will help us going forward. And we need to have him in the team. We just need to lock down our club over the next 2 games. Them don't know who's watching, but if any club out there watching, whether it be English, European, Italian, I don't know, but I think he need to realize that this is it right now, and then at the age now where time is the limit against him right now. So in next chance, he need to lock it down and perform at his best at the club level. But yeah, we need him in that program.
So by the judge of the step so far, I'm here with this thought. I heard Marlon thought. I'm not sure, gentlemen, but it seems like you guys are outnumbered in terms of the preference for Ravel here, and this is a small sample size. Already.
I think there's a misunderstanding. At the point of all of this now. So let me say something straight here. As I mentioned about being outnumbered with me and Cataract.
Mute the mics then, please.
If you're not talking, just drop a mute on your mic real quick. Alright, so make we set something straight here real quick. Going to what you just said just a while ago, Cranky. I said this prior to the panel coming on. I'm going to say this again. My stance was, still is, and will continue to be that if you are not playing regular first team football, you should not be called up to Jamaica team. That's it, plain English. However, when this panel and everyone in the comments, all of the Ravel Morrison fan base, when they saw Ravel Morrison play against Saudi Arabia in that 1.5 match, Ravel Morrison was playing in Ten Hag. He was consistently playing. My question has been and will continue to be what Ravel Morrison will show up tomorrow or whenever the game is, when Ravel Morrison has not been playing for over 6 months. That has been my question, which is why I don't think he should be in this team. Now understand something. Clear as day, plain as English as I can possibly put it together. Ravel Morrison is now currently in the team. I am supporting the Jamaica national football team, which means by default I am supporting Ravel Morrison tomorrow when he put on the jersey. If he does not play well, I will come on and I will say, I told you so. If he does play well, I will come on and say, yes, him show up and I want to see what he can do in the next game. So, all of you guys saying that I am a Ravel Morrison hater, I'm just sticking to what I am saying and what I have been saying. I am consistent and I have been consistent. I don't think he should be in this team. However, I have no call over that. So now that he's in the team, let's see if he can perform. This is not a you are against me or me against him. It's not like that.
Fourth official, I want to add something, right? Because you know why I like numbers? Numbers can't lie. They can hide everything else. And what persons have done in Jamaica is claim that Ravel's lack of playing time and lack of stability at a club is because of personal or attitude or on the field issues. No one knows the reason why those coaches have not put him on the field. When he was at Den Haag, as you pointed out at the time at Saudi Arabia, he played 4 games, starting 1, and played a total of 30-something minutes for the entire season. Now, if a coach is trying to get and qualify, and I have the Diego Maradona of Jamaica and CONCACAF on my bench, why wouldn't I put him on the field and save my job? Why would I risk getting sucked into a relegation battle as Den Haag was? Those things just don't make sense. They are footballing reasons why a coach, he has played in 3 different countries, right? 3 different countries. To the baby I cry. 3 different countries, right? And the same result all the time. The same result. I also want to go one step further, right? Because Stan didn't answer, magically. Ravel Morrison has scored 2 goals in the last 6 years. 2 goals in the last 6 years. The genius that he is. And fourth official and the other member, because I saw some comments come up in the thing about, this is not Anthony Grant versus Ravel Morrison. They don't play the same position. How many times you must repeat this? When Daniel Johnson gets back fit, let's talk about that, because that is the match. Are we going to say Ravel Morrison is a better footballer than Daniel Johnson, who has been holding our starting place on Preston North End, right? So Anthony Grant is easy. Call him Grandpa, because were we calling Peter Gargill Grandpa when he came from Israel at age 34, nearly 35? Are we calling Adrian Mariappa, who is 35 years old and older than Anthony Grant, are we calling him Grandpa and saying he's to be dropped? Claudio Bravo, we could name 100 players over 33. So that there's just an idiot argument. I'm sorry. But I'm coming back now to the argument that the direct match is Daniel Johnson of Preston North End. And Daniel Johnson, who has played well for Jamaica whenever he puts on that shirt. And Daniel Johnson, Ballaker, who was born in Jamaica. Those who love to put English born versus Jamaican born. And then you have Ravel Morrison, who, allow me 1 minute, has scored 2 goals, right? Apart from when he was at Atlas, you know how many shots he has taken? He took 1 shot in Den Haag. 2 shots in a whole season at Middlesbrough, 1 shot at Sheffield United, 3 shots at Ostenstad in Sweden, 1 shot at Queen's Park Rangers, no shots at Lazio, and I don't have the thing from 2014. So not only he doesn't score goals, he doesn't shoot. Ravel Morrison is an elite level passer of the football. He passes the ball at about 89% accuracy, which is elite level passing, right? So here comes Bolliker again. And again I say that this now is just a red herring because they don't play the same position. So you can keep going round and round. Tell me about a player that has taken 1 shot for a season. Go to a club and take 1 shot for a season. 1 shot, and this is the creative genius.
I'm surprised you did that.
The problem that Ravel is going to have. Hold on, the problem that Ravel is going to have.
You've been going for a while now, Keter. You've been going for a while now. Give it a chance.
When you want to compare him against Lewis Baker, who is now possibly going to come as the other box-to-box midfielder, and Daniel Johnson.
All right, looks like Cracks will say something. Where I say Skyward.
Yeah. I agree with the Keter. Straight up. Because it doesn't matter if the man score no goal, if the man up on the bench, if the man have issues, if the man have this, call out all of the things that we can say in the world. We don't know for sure why the man not start, right? But what we can say, we can all agree upon this. When the man come do well, I'm gonna say all of it, because people have different, but where we need in the Jamaica team, right? When they busy when one do him club or go on him club or if him not play 2-3 game, if him not play for the season, if him not score, that's behind the point, right? The fact of the matter is this. The man come in the Saudi Arabia match, we can call Saudi Arabia what kind of team we want to call it, and the man show say he can offer Jamaica something. What we missing a long while? The composure, the passing, the dictating of the game. The man literally dictate the game, right? I was missing that in a long while, and the man come pull out the Saudi match, right? So it's fair to say that based on when playing at the Saudi match, right? The man deserve a chance to prove himself. No, what we can say now, he not play for a good while, right? He not play no football, right? For the last. For the couple of months, right? From the Saudi Arabia match, right? Now, what we can do now, we not say we are going to judge him 100% because we know say him not going to be fully fit, right? But in class, he clearly shows him a class, right? So we not say him can give you a 90-minute time, can give you this, but when showing at the Saudi Arabia match, he deserve for the end of the team. Now, when me have a problem with now, right, is that me think them should have him a play for the full time none at all. But the man prove himself saying he can come and represent the country and offer something we're missing in a long while, right? And we need that. So tomorrow now, today was Saturday. So Monday now, right? We still can't go fully judge him for Monday match and say, boy, all right then, wait, because we know him not fully fit, right? But if Monday come and in class still show, then we need to question the man at class.
Okay, all right, Cracks. Me glad you mentioned that, because me go raise a question to all of the man on the panel, and would I like an answer individually, because we say is Ravel a class. It goes to the main question one of the main questions of the topic today. I'm going to start with Dre anyway. Dre, I want you to tell me, and we are going to push the question to the comments as well. What is Ravel Morrison bringing to this team that we don't currently have? Put it in words.
Composure in the midfield, creativity, vision, passing. Not goals. That's not what we're looking for from him. But that's what me expect from him in this midfield. Creativity and composure, passing, vision. Yeah, that more want to see from him.
But we don't want to know what you want to see from him, you know. We want to know what him have currently that him bringing into the team. So, regardless of what we want to see from Ravel, we know what we want physicals, we know what we're missing as football fans. I want to know what Ravel currently have that Jamaica team don't have, what him bring to the team. Right? Because majority way, as I've been saying, and you know, a lot of people haven't seen him play. I see him play for 1.5 games. What has he shown in that 1.5 game? Cataract saying no shoot. Him obviously not much assist. You know, if you go by the example where Cranky give earlier with all him skillful play and all him can do a beat a 1-man or a 2-man, is that what we need in the team? I want to know what Ravel has that we currently don't have. What he bring to the team?
As long as him pick up from where him left off in the Saudi Arabia game there. As long as him pick up from there, so then I that now look forward to see him bringing in the team where we not have right now. Because we not have a Maggie in the team, we not have a Casey Palmer in the team, we not have a Bobby Reed in the team. So we are look forward to see if him can pick up from where him left off in the Saudi Arabia with that performances. So that we'll go by right now. To expect that from him in the team.
Alright. So before we go over to Cranky real quick, I'm gonna mention something because something that just say him put it a lot in the comments. Me mentioned earlier that what we need in a number 8 is someone who's press resistant, someone who can make a wall pass or make a turn with somebody in back with him facing field goal. We need someone who can be that connective tissue between the defense, the midfield, and the attack. Someone who's not only making that, is not the one who's making the assist, but making that, them call it in FIFA, that key pass, the pass that created the assist to the goal, right? That's what we're looking for when it comes to Ravel Morrison. That's what I am looking for, right? So clearly what the fans are saying is that they've seen that in Ravel in the 1.5 game. Cranky, what do you think Ravel give to that team here right now?
So in contemporary football, there are a couple of key things a midfielder need to do. One is, can you keep possession? 2 is, do you demand the ball? 3 is, can you create space? 4 is, can you make an incisive pass, especially if you're playing the wide of the midfield, you're not the CDM. Can you get out of trouble when you're in trouble? Do you have composure? So when we talk about midfielders, and we talk about all these people we're comparing to, and I look at Ravel, and Cataract like to quote or articulate about the person's resume. He's played under 16, 17, 18, 21 for England. Let me just repeat that again, Cataract, because you like to do this with the players like Lewis Baker, who you mentioned. He's shown from a very early age, ask the West Ferdinand of the world, who talked about Ravel quite a bit, who was a elite footballer and his capability when they saw him play. All Ferguson, all these world-class managers and footballers who see world-class talent in a player, that is not normal. That is for a player who has had a nomadic lifestyle, for all these players who you value their perspective, telling you how quality the player is, how much talent he has, how it's wasted talent, it tells you something about the player. Now, has he demonstrated that, given his nomadic lifestyle? No, but we've seen synopsis, we've seen bits of it to say, you know what? Let's give an opportunity to demonstrate what he has. First of all, here's a big question. Ravel didn't call the JF and beg them to come play like some players are doing. The JFF called him. Wasn't that the case? Or am I missing something in this whole equation? They didn't reach out to him like I reached out to Antonio, who said, I'm not coming, then change his mind. And he decided to come. So why are we berating, critiquing, saying that he should be the team because he doesn't play? He doesn't pick himself. The JFF who creates the pool and the coach picks him. The coach is watching training. And the coach is saying to himself, you know what? This is the quality I want in my midfield. And here's the last thing about Ravel Morrison, which is unique in a footballer. There's very few footballers who have the ball and say what they have all day to do what they want to do. All day. They're not, when he gets the ball, he has all day to make a decision. He's walking around and he's saying, you know, how can you have so much time? You have played football. How many times do you think you have all day and you're comfortable? You are so comfortable with the ball is at your feet, it's like a string you're pulling. You are comfortable, you can make a pass, you can dictate the pace, you capture the rhythm of the game. And this is a player who doesn't play football, by the way, guys, we're talking about. I keep telling you, quality is quality, class is class. Form may be temporary, quality is what it is. When you have class and quality, it works a lot of time, get you in a lot of trouble. Defense rest. You can take it away, Cataracts.
For the prosecution, I was waiting for you to walk into that uppercut. See, there's been a little myth going around the place, fourth official. And I tell people it's dangerous when you come and defend something you don't know anything about. This player, who is world genius, and yes, he was picked, and the coach picked him, the JFF tracked him down and picked him, right? Because of course we don't pick players from lower leagues, we pick players from who are unattached, right? And yes, Ravel Morrison has played for the under 20s, under 16, under 15, under 17 for England. And I'm going to one day go research those stats and come back and knock you out in the rematch. But let me knock you out with this. Again, because I just like the numbers. The numbers can't lie. You can keep looking on the screen. Let me go club by club. Well, in the games Ravel Morrison played, let me tell you how many times he's lost the ball. Right? This is the player with so much chances because these matches are all
89% passing accuracy. 89% passing accuracy, you said.
89%
passing accuracy.
passing. Yes.
And you said he's elite.
So,
that's okay.
Right, that's elite. He's an elite passer of the football. That's it. That's all he brings to the game. He's an elite passer of the football.
9% of midfielders' life is that. That's 9% of midfielders' life.
Referee, is there a clinch? Is there a clinch?
I'm sorry. I had to get to the point where the cataract coffee I can't for the referee. Come on, Cranky. Come on, Cranky. Give him a chance.
89% passing, full stop. That's it. These guys are making stuff up. Let me tell you what's required of a number 8 or whatever role he's playing. You're required to pass the ball well and link the play. You're required to track back and tackle. You're required to hold the ball and not lose possession. Right? So you're required to defend, you're required to attack, and you're required to link play. Not all of those gimmicky things that Stan is talking about. Box to box. Ravel Morrison has a habit of losing the ball. 16 possession loss, 39 possession loss, 56 possession, 67 possession, 13 and 10. He is not an elite holder of the ball. He loses the football, and that's just the facts. That's not something I make up. That's the same facts that told you that he passes the ball with an 89% accuracy. Says he can lose the ball sometimes 63 times in a game. That's why he was dropped. Not because he had a bad attitude, because he played one game for a club and lost the ball 63 times. And the coach said he's not having it. So we can make up stuff. No, I that's a few years ago. I hope he has gotten over that habit. And I challenge Dre Anyweather again. Is one game a sample size? Anyone can have one good game. Is it a sample size? So I believe he will bring elite passing to Jamaica. I don't know what else he will bring based on his fitness, but I hear the excuses started being rolled out about how him not fit. So why are we picking an unfit baller? Just to turn around and say him not fit? That can't be the case. Are we going to hear the excuse that he was the last to arrive along with Mariappa? And so he's acclimatized? Ravina Baker, I want to understand if he's playing the number 10 attacking role, which was what he wasn't playing before. He was playing alongside Michael Hector in the central defensive in that defensive midfield area, the central area. When we played against Saudi Arabia, he was playing in that defensive area because we had Bobby Reed, we had Daniel Johnson. No, sir. Unless a different game I watch. He was playing box to box. So if you're saying you're sitting Ravel in a new role as the attacking midfielder behind the two forwards, I'm open to see how he performs because I have never seen him perform in that role. I've seen him play as a box-to-box midfielder, right? And one day somebody should ask him about how did he feel about Calvin Phillips, right?
But let's not stray
No, I'm
Let's
just saying, no, because I'm asking because Ravel has been dealt with by championship midfielders, right? He has not outclassed anybody in the championship. None. People are seduced by the 90 minutes against Saudi Arabia and the wonder goal against Tottenham Hotspur over a decade ago. So you have a baller that loses the ball, doesn't score goals, doesn't. Right. No, we can ask the man them owner the policy just mute the mic because we hear some noise that come through. I hear it in the minutes. Right? Who has a potential to lose the ball often, has a potential, right? Because some games are less than others, right? He's not an elite holder of the ball. He's not an elite shot taker, so he's no threat from shooting. And he doesn't score goals. And who wants a number 10 that can't score goals? Number 10s in the world are Diego Maradona and
You're looking for Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Carry on. I got you.
I'm not looking for Bruno Fernandes whatsoever at all. Rafinha. Right? No, man, but you have serious number 10 in the world, man.
Rafinha is not 10, but keep going.
No, he plays in that role sometimes. He plays behind Patrick Bamford from time to time. Because it's not the number you wear on the shirt, it's where you are actually on the field. I hope you understand.
He doesn't play 10.
He plays
wide.
All right, before we hold on, let's not straight into the Rafinha debate. Rafinha plays wide on the right hand side. He does not play number 10.
Time to time.
Rafinha plays right on the right hand side. He doesn't play number 10.
They bring Rafinha in, and Rafinha drops in behind Bamford. From outside there, he might start wide, but he drops in, which allows Luke Ayling to go up on the right-hand side of the field. You have to go about my side?
Yeah, Cataract, thank you for that listening, but we know a man play up on the right-hand side. Dre, anyway, I would have really like you to go back to what Cataract said a second ago, saying the question I want to ask you, because we're going to go to Marlon afterwards, but what I want to ask you, is one game a litmus test? Obviously, everybody seems to think that one game is a litmus test. We saw him play as a number 8 in that game, going box to box. And let me answer a question that was posed in the comment section. I think, yes, if you're a number 8, you're required to go up there and either assist or score goals. It's that simple. Matter of fact, everybody's supposed to be able to score a goal. Ask Allison from Allison if he not make Liverpool get in at the top 4. Everyone is required to score goals. So if you're a number 8 and you play box to box, you go up on the box, you're required to at least chip in with 1 or 2 goals. So goals are a part of your responsibility. My question is, as a number 8 for that 1.5 game, clearly you guys think that yes, that is enough, considering the opposition, considering that he was actually playing consistent. Well, I don't know about consistently, but yes, he was playing at Ten Hag. Do you think that's enough for us to say yes, regardless of what, he's the best thing since sliced bread?
Well, I'm not saying about the best thing since sliced bread. Right now, I say Conte are the best thing since sliced bread still, But that all of us up. But anyway, still, that's a sample size that we have to work with. You feel me? So if that 1.5 game, 1 3/4 game, whatever it is, if that are the sample size we have to work with, then I submit. And me the like what me see from him, and me expect to see that in the team on a regular basis. Especially if you find a club. It will be more consistent because then in fitness level wouldn't be in a question. So yeah, me can work with that, and me like what me see from him in another game there, given the sample size.
Fourth official.
Yeah, may I hear you. Yeah.
I like that question the way you asked, No, me like that question. Me love that question the way you asked. No, me gonna ask you a question now. What else can we use to judge what Ravel has to offer to the team? If not the Saudi Arabia match.
Alright, ready for me to answer you?
Yeah.
This goes back, gentlemen. I'm glad you asked me the question. This goes back to what I was saying since day one. What you use to pick a team, if we are going to use the Ravel Morrison example, that means a Cataract should be in the team right now. that means say Cranky should be on the plane right now going to Japan, right? Because we haven't seen Cataract play. I don't know if Cranky is the next Messi, just sitting in our living room waiting. You understand? We haven't seen Ravel Morrison play. We haven't seen what he can do. And then you would think that since December to now, we would be able to tune in, just like we can tune in for say any other baller player. If you say yes, you know what? We can sit down and watch Leeds and know say Rafinha play up on the right hand side and he's very good. Just as an example. I will see how he play and we can say yes, Rafinha deserves to be in the Brazil team. We cannot say that about Ravel Morrison because one, he has not been playing in previous times for any team so that we know how good he is or what level he's at. We just been using pedigree and what other people say and how he can plot and salad man, right? We haven't been able to look at it as fans individually, objectively from December till now to say, yes, this boy is very good off the ball, on the ball. Regardless, I am disciplined off the field. We have not been able to do so. Right? Which is where I'm coming from. So I'm glad you asked me that question. We have nothing to go off to say Ravel Morrison deserves to be in this team. He is in the team and I'm going to support him. It's that simple.
So can I say something? A couple of things. One is, how do you define a hypocrite?
Arsenal fans.
Do as I say, but don't do as I do. So I hear Cataract advocating for us to put Lee Grant in the squad. Lee Grant. I had to go online to go figure out who the hell Lee Grant was. And I look online and see he has a Man United. I have never seen Lee Grant keep one day for Man United in my entire, and I'm watching football a long time, guys. I have never seen Lee Grant step a ball for Manchester United. Never, ever seen step a ball. And I hear Cataract on this program beating the drum for Lee Grant. He's at Man U. You gotta bring him in. Quality goalkeeper. They're signing another 1-year contract, extending him. Close to 100 years old, but he still should be in the team. Right? And he's sitting here, and so I say a hypocrite, saying Ravel, he hasn't seen Ravel play. I haven't seen Ravel play. I looked up Lee Grant online. I just looked up Lee Grant again. Just to be careful that I have my facts right, I looked him up. Lee Grant is at Man U. Did you know that? I'm a photo official. You're a Man U fan. Did you know that? Photo official. Me ask you. You know that? You know that?
Yeah, as a Manchester United fan, I know Lee Grant. The last time I see Lee Grant did stand up at the half line and make substitutions. Lee Grant was the fourth official. Lee Grant take my job. You'll never hear me come here advocate the Lee Grant for play. The Lee Grant was brought by Jose Mourinho just for cover. You understand?
So we heard the Buster Dr. Mike Tyson fight. This is Buster just knocked out Mike Tyson. Defense rest.
You try it again. And you try a thing. Yeah, let's say Babylon, I try a thing, but we're not scared. That's what Sizzler said. So let me go again. And I say this again, because you can clip. Look here. Lee Grant is training week in, week out. So let's start there. Ravel is not. Right?
Cranky. Yeah, cranky.
Counteraction. Lee Grant is training week in, week out. Lee Grant has no problem. As a matter of fact, they have released Romero, Argentinian international, and another goalkeeper, 2 goalkeepers, and have kept Lee Grant as their third string cover.
Yeah, Pereira. They released Pereira.
Which is,
but I think they keeping Lee Grant because Lee Grant are doing courses thing.
Hold on. But we don't have that. We don't have those facts. We have the facts that he is being kept. The other thing we have is that I advocated for him to come in as a third string goalkeeper, not as a starting goalkeeper. So don't pretend and talk baby caca, right? As a matter of fact, the third point I want to make on Lee Grant, I said clearly on the program, having a Manchester United player would then probably have corporate sponsors open themselves to the team, and no one can deny that in England, Manchester City, Man United, and Liverpool are the 3 biggest clubs. And if you have those players coming on your team, it gives a cachet and a name to your team. You can't argue that. Even the man sit on the bench as a third string, he's certainly better than Amal Knight. He's certainly better than J.D. White. He's certainly better than... Oh, we forgot. Hasn't played in 2 years. So that's a mute question. So come back to Ravel again. Explain to me a man who lost the ball 62 times in 1 game and answer that. So we know what, no shots, 2 goals, and lose the ball 63 times. You want to talk about
I mean, I've seen Sanchez with my team.
Let's talk about the tackling, which is what at number 8.
Can I answer your question first?
You will get a chance. Which is what?
Really?
Which is no.
Get I answer my question. I have to make him answer a question in a bar.
What? No, I'm not answer the question.
You say man looks 6 ball. Sanchez, one of Chile's top scorer who play for my team. Usually loses the ball 50 plus times a game, probably on average. Sanchez, who we all rate, who went to Man U, by the way, didn't work out well, and plays in Italy, went to Inter. He lost the ball over 50. Go check the stats, over 50 times on my team on a number of occasions. So Ravel is in good company.
No, get her. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's punch drunk. Right? That one that hurt him.
No. I'll give you examples.
Hold on. Wait. All right, before I make Cataract and Cranky go back and look back on in Depleted. Because we're not so applicable. Hold on. We're going to go to Marlon. Marlon just jump back on.
I want a man tell me about that 63 times.
I never shoot out Marlon.
The man put him on and take him off at the same game.
Marlon. Meanwhile, answer me this, Marlon, though. How is it, as I'm going to post Cataract question to you. Cataract say, I don't have the facts in front of me, but Cataract say, them bring on this man. And the man lose the game 62 times and them take him off. Knowing what we know now about that man, right? About Ravel Morrison. The question is, what do you think is his best position for Jamaica?
Basically, the number 8 spot, once he has somebody who's gonna do the dirty work beside him, right? So cause guess what? That's what the only time Ravel has played in the number 10 role a lot was when he was in Mexico at last. I saw him playing there a lot along with Giles Barnes playing on the right, and I think Ravel's best performance playing as a professional football was for Atlas. That 2018-19 season. So I think the number 8 spot, but you have to have somebody beside him who's gonna do the coverage for him. Because as Cataract say, I don't know about the 63 times in 1 hour, but I know that he dribbles a lot, and sometimes he loses the ball, but he works back for it. But
all right.
Yeah, but the numbers are Cataract say, I don't know about the 63 times for the game. All
right, we are going to refer to who scored for them numbers essentially, but I will go to Jay anyway. But remember, say a Chelsea fan, so me wait 1 more second. Crafts, let me ask you something real quick. Knowing what Marlon just said, I bring it full circle. No. Know what Marlon just said. Marlon said,
it's another Chelsea fan attack.
I don't know why. You should have let me know for a long time, man. But anyway, we're too late now. Knowing that Crack say he want to play him in number 8, and knowing that he loses the ball a lot in the number 8 position, do you think it's wise for him to play number 8, especially if him go deep, he pick up the ball and then lose the ball? He might end up in another Fred moment again, because that sounds like Fred to me. So what do you think?
I haven't seen him play a play, so I can't answer that question. I don't know what he can do.
No, catch me at that. Well, we come back to you, Cranky.
Based on me see me on the Saudi Arabia game, I think Iman Daniel did I play see them, right?
Yeah.
Me never see him lose the ball only. Me see him run back and tackle too. And me see him make some decent pass like that. Me I use Judge pass so Me can't send on the board that until me see him start lose the ball. So me have to watch him in the next match and see him lose the ball as Cataract say. But as far as from what I can say based on what I have seen from Ravel in the 1.5 game, when they see him lose the ball, only see him make some decent pass. And most of the attacks him will make on Saudi Arabia were dangerous. So me can't talk about that lose ball thing there. But based on where he play, me never see him lose the ball.
Alright, me go to Dre anyway there in a second, but me go say something real quick that might sound controversial, but that's why I'm the substitute today. We bring on the controversial points. What about the elephant in the room? We always talk about this Saudi Arabia game, right? The second team that Saudi Arabia played versus Jamaica in that second game that will win. How much of a disadvantage were they when they played them second team in the second game? And then you're using Ravel Morrison as a litmus test for that second game, saying, oh, he'll not lose the ball when he probably either play against the man them in Saudi Arabia, third division, will make the Saudi Arabia team. This is, of course, Saudi Arabia, where every time them go World Cup, them have a reputation of putting, losing like 10 goals per game, right? So, what about the quality of the opposition? Because me, I will look great against a high school girls team, you know.
But
Not saying that that's what Saudi Arabia is, but going to Dre anyway there real quick. What about the opposition that this man was playing against? Are we really doing him any justice by using that game and not taking into consideration the opposition?
All right. How do you know that the second team that Saudi Arabia played with was the weaker team and not the first team that them played with? How do you know that? You can't really tell that because we played with a weaker team in the first leg too, the first match, Our side wasn't our strongest side that we put out in the first match. Then we come to back and put out our stronger side in the second match. How you know said that wasn't Saudi Arabia's stronger side though?
Yeah, but either way, still Saudi Arabia.
No, them are answer.
No, man. Then you just make a point and then you go back on the point, man. You just say my play against.
No, me not go back on the point, But alright, so but you ask me a question to answer your question. Me give you the controversial point as saying considering the opposition, considering that they beat us in the first leg and play a totally different team in the second leg, in which we play a different team and will beat them. Considering the opposition, do you think it's wise for us to use that game as a litmus test to say, yes, this is the next thing, and this is the best thing?
All right, so considering the opposition, say for instance, the second team that Saudi Arabia used was the stronger team, yes, we would have go off on that and say, yeah, more team in the team than the national team. Going by that opinion. Yeah.
No. But fourth official, the panel just have to go Google the team, man. I see the team, man. Go Google the team and see which was the first team and which was the second team. You can't ask me back to take the question to defend your question, Dre.
But then the same way him put it a while ago to me.
But you have to know the match. The man I tell you say it's the weaker team that played the second match for Saudi Arabia. Some of the man them that played in the first week. Played in the first game, and some of them played in the second game. So they had some tired legs. So I don't count that second game. I count.
Don't you see him that we do we do that too,
Hold on, man. I'm saying I give the man his due that he looked good. I am a believer that you can only play the opposition that is in front of you, right? But you have to take that into account. Now, Saudi Arabia is not a Turks and Caicos Islands, right? So I won't be disrespectful to them. They have MPEC said they have qualified for multiple World Cups, but they're the whipping boys when they go there, right? How much for a vast creativity? It's not like we beat the team 4-1 or 4-2 or whatever. And I'm going to help out my friend and take him up off the canvas. Ravel recovered the ball 28 times in that game, right? So it's a net loss of 30. So just to help you, right? So the fact is that he dribbles a lot and gets dispossessed. His passing is elite and accurate. Say that again. So I'm trying to help you. Because then I want to trot over to tackling. Because he doesn't tackle. So how can you be playing in central midfield and don't tackle?
That's your opinion, though, saying no tackle. Because we see him run back and tackle a couple times in that game.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. So at Den Haag, he played 4 games.
No, we're not going to Den Haag. You know, we're going what we see from him lately in the reggae boy shirt.
Made 0 tackles, right? At Den Haag.
Okay, so I gotta say something.
For the entire season at Middlesbrough, he made
what was Rooney's take? What was Rooney's take? Wait, no. Get that. No, let me talk. I'm not going to talk.
One single tackle.
I'm not going to talk.
All right. Hold on, Catherine. Make Cranky jump in. Cranky. Where is it?
I'm going to read something from GQ Magazine, UK. What was Wayne Rooney's take on Ravel Morrison? I remember watching Ravel Morrison thinking he had everything required for a player in his position, he said. He was brilliant. He was confident. Rooney stated of how he nutmegged Vidic 3 times in the space of a minute in one training session went viral. But Rooney still agreed with his old manager. He struggled with his lifestyle and his environment, which was sad for him. Because I saw Paul Pogba, I saw Jesse Lingard, and all these players, and Ravel was better than them by a country mile. Let me repeat that again. I saw Paul Pogba, who cost £90 million. I saw Jesse Lingard, who scored in 7 straight games for West Ham and is in the England squad. And Ravel was ahead of them by a country mile. Let me repeat that again. Ravel Morrison plays for Jamaica football team. Wayne Rooney, one of England's best footballer ever. Alice Ferguson, Neville, Ferdinand, all said the same thing. He was George Best like when he was in the academy. Read the article, GQ Magazine. Manchester United, George Best. Look at it. Go look it up. George Best. You know who George Best was? Do you know who George Best was? The Maradona type of magic.
George Best, George Best, the Irish drunk. Okay. So let me help you here. Hold on. Let me help you here. Sam Allardyce says at TalkSport, we did everything for Ravel Morrison to help him succeed. The former West Ham and Man United starlet didn't want help, right? Morrison was dubbed the greatest by Manchester United's Alex Ferguson at 17, right? And left the club 2012 after playing 3 games. Let me tell you how far it went. They said that Ravel was unfortunately left with a disorder. That means he could not remember and he forgot almost everything immediately after he left the training ground. What he was supposed to do the next day.
Keep at the training ground.
Hold on. Ravel Morrison appeared to have a disorder, which would mean that he would forget almost everything we discussed after he left the training ground. What he was supposed to do the next day at the match.
So my bad boy.
So hold on. So try and overcome that. Listen, the coach. So to try and overcome that, we rang him in the morning to wake him up. We'd have somebody pick him up. We'd have somebody bring him to the training ground. We'd have somebody take him to matches. These were the measures we took as his talent was so good. We tried to get him help that he needed, but unfortunately, he didn't want the help, and that is his big problem. In his senior career spanning almost a decade, Morrison has remarkably never played more than 30 games. Age 27, represented Millsborough Loan and Parent Club.
So,
come on, man.
You're helping me here.
This is a player who Sam Allardyce said they basically had to hire a babysitter to call him in the morning, wake him up. All right, but now style him. They never beat him. That's the only thing they never do. But pick him up.
No, but may I ask a serious question? May I fun and joke aside, may I ask a serious question? May I ask a serious question? Honestly, for someone who has a footballing career of over, who made his senior debut 10 years ago, explain to me why he has only played how much games, Cataract? Well, you're mute, can't hear you.
You said 30 in the
30 games. Over 10 years. This guy has only played 30 games. Now there has there at some point the excuse of his life outside of football wear out. And I'm asking a genuine question right now, right? Why is it that we believe that he's going to be the greatest thing ever if over a period of 10 years he has only played 30 football games?
So we're not asking the best thing ever. We're asking to come into the team and do a job. So when people say we haven't seen him play, don't we have training? Don't it? Wait, training doesn't count? I'm really curious about that whole perspective. I think training doesn't count.
It does. He hasn't been training for the past 6 months, so that will point the mute.
No. You missed my point. Actually, the point is that he was been. I thought he was in Jamaica training. He was in Jamaica just vacationing on the beach. He wasn't training down there. Where was the team training? Where was the team training?
Training by yourself or training with a team different. You might as well become a boxer or a tennis player. I go play table tennis. Training by yourself.
They'll never be as good as Ravel Morrison. They could train forever. They could train forever. They don't have the quality.
His training partner was Luca Levy up at the center there. So we
saw Luca against the US.
So we know that his catches should be. All right,
well, I'm forget there's someone name involved tonight then. Bottom tier, Marlon, what do you think? What do you think about the fact? What do you think about the fact that Ravel Morrison has only played 30 games in a 10-year period? Now, granted, Cranky earlier used the term nomad and he moved. The fact that he's been moving to so much clubs and the results has been the same, which means he has not been playing for all these clubs, different managers, start over. What do you think could be the contributing factor to that?
Well, I think Ketara rank on the numbers, you know. The 30 game may have more than that, man.
Hold on, let me go again. I'm reading from an article that says
I think he has around 16 or something game for Atlas in the class.
Totally wrong. He had 12 games for Atlas, starting 4 times. Try it again.
Okay. So answer probably it's something. Remember this: when a person travels and you go into when you go into different culture to adapt as a professional footballer, or what work you're doing, right? When you go around the world, there are different culture you have to adapt to. Then you have a thing called coach. A coach have him system and his favorite players, and if you come and him feel say you not offer something to him system, right? It not gonna work out for you. And first and foremost, when you go in a different culture, a different country, you have to be mentally strong, basically, right? Because even if you look at it, when it was in Sweden, he was okay the first couple of games. But once you look at it, you're looking for him to settle down there, then the team wasn't doing well. And I think that got to him again. When he moved from there and came back to England, then he went back after Lazio. Lazio, there was a big bust up. When he went Lazio in preseason, it was what's his name again? Anderson, that guy at West Ham from Brazil. They were the 2 players who were basically highlighting in preseason. And I think he played like 2 games. The first couple of games it was in the match 11, match 18 squad. Then they sent him out alone at last. So I guess it has a lot to do with the coach and him adapting to the culture of where the surroundings. So there's a lot of factors to it.
I think Ketterak answered his own question, which is he's a problem child. If you ever tell the person like a 5-year-old when they get up, when they go to sleep, when they come to training, that's who he is. But elite footballers normally are problem kids. I have one on my team in Arsenal. They normally are. We all talked about Waterboard a ton. Why Simonis didn't have Waterboard in the starting 11. But they're problem kids. They're elite players. They've always been cherished. They've always been given latitude. They've always been catered to. And they act accordingly. And if he had supreme talent at a very young age and didn't manage that talent well, wasn't well guided, that's the way he ended up the way he is. And by the way, his stats are wrong, Marlon. He played 18 games for Atlas. He scored 3 goals, by the way, for Atlas. 3-18 is very good return. So wherever you get his stats from, you need to go look them up again. That was the 2017-2018 season. So it's also not, and it was 32 games between 2017-2018 and 2021, and nobody played football in 2020. So his stats are off, and I know he's a stats man, but sometimes he's off sometimes. He's not always right. So do your own due diligence on the stats to make sure you can confirm what he's saying.
All right, Dre, anyway, see if you can jump in on this real quick, as what I am hearing, right, and if we bring this full circle, yeah, and we are gonna move on. We need to move on to Serbia anyway, because that's at the next point in time about what Serbia offer. But we did talk about this from day one. For Ravel Morrison bring out all of the emotions. But Dre, what I would like to know, you would agree, right, that it is really bad, whether it's 30 games, 60, 90, or 120 over a 10-year period. As a footballer, that is absolutely unacceptable. Knowing, like, if you talk about outside influences for your footballing career, you look at the Jesse Lingard story. Jesse Lingard mother going through depression, might take care of him, Pitney and him family, and him never had play well for Manchester United. Him get over that, him send him on loan, and him go down a West Ham and win about 2 or 3 player of the month and goal of the month and that kind of stuff. Playing for West Ham from January up till now. Right? So your circumstances change, your league, your team change, and you play well. We have not been able to see that for Ravel for 10 years. Is it? Does it? Well, before you talk, I make one Jay anyway to jump in on it.
But so, Jay, my beggar, somebody calls my credibility into question. Please share the screen, and a man share film screen when get film stats from. I beg you, I'm gonna tell lie on people, brother. See the stats right there, so. If they can big up the screen, I don't know. Ravel Morrison played, this is after index, League 2017-2018, MX, played 12 games, 4 starts, 357 touches, 28 ball recovery, guard all the way down, fouls conceded, passing 89. But I beg you look again, played 12 games. That's what my stat. A man show fee more.
All right.
You showed us all the games he played, or is that in one league?
Pardon me, one league?
Sometimes you play like you have competitions. You do have
that was for Atlas.
That was for Atlas.
That was for Atlas.
2017-2018 season.
I'll get my stats.
Well, what do you get now?
Put it up now, man. Because if you say me wrong, a man in the comment, one bro God, say me tell a lie upon the man. I'm gonna put
Cataract, but here one now.
All right, Jay. Yeah, jump in, Jay.
A season compromise of different competition, you know.
Class
so
Sura,
that 12-4, huh?
The Class Sura and the Apertura. The total season of 2017-2018, he played 12 games. It's both the Class Sura and the Apertura.
So that season, so Atlas never played in the Champions League too.
No,
that probably where the 4 games, the other 4 games them come in, so it could have represent the club in that damn league there too.
All right, so let me be clear. The stats I'm quoting for any team represent the league game. It don't count friendlies. It don't count cup, because those are this even. Everybody know that a season of 20 the top league has 20 teams all around the world, and they play 38 games. So it's an even comparison. So these are league games we are talking about. I don't know if you play against the cup game or this game. We are talking about the league game. And
this where the compromise would have still.
No man, hold on. But over here, if he had played them anymore, the article I quoted from, we can put it on the screen. May 15, 2020. The writer is Sean Gallagher. 30 games in a decade. So I do my research, brother, and I lie me at a reason for telling a lie upon a man. So if he play 30 games, if the researchers say play 30 games, if Stan put on 4 more, all right, he play 34. Big deal. And a man jump on me earlier. A 600 game Anthony Grant play in the same 10 years. Since
In
my
club- in
boy.
club-
You tell
in
with
club-
the don't compare Grant.
Get a plug, Anthony Grant. Voilà. Let me take that second.
You tell with the don't do the comparison then.
Let me take a second to plug the YouTube channel in. People go check out the fourth official.
They were playing two different positions. I keep saying that. This competition is Daniel Johnson. Now go Google and tell you how much game Daniel Johnson playing at the same time. But I'm just point out to you that a professional in that time in a decade is supposed to be clocking between 500 and 600 games in a decade.
All right, so my last point on this still.
Yeah.
That means I play about 50. I play about 50 games, including cup and league. You're supposed to be clocking around that for a professional footballer.
All right,
Alright.
so my last take from the whole Ravel conversation still, and the two biased man them up top there. So the outnumbers still, you know. From night to not beat the man, and you realize you not beat a dead ass, you know, because you not fight a losing battle. 2 versus 4 away. So right now the odds against you, and I'll leave it at that still. 2 away say 2 say and try defend on the point and all that, but on the not reach nowhere still. A 4 away and 2 away.
Yeah, but you will comment section.
Sir Cataract and fourth official. Me I say my last piece pan the Ravel thing, right? So Bobby Reid play whole heap of games for Fulham, right? Over the seasons, right? Consistently, right? Right, Cataract? Sir Cataract?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Man, listen,
And fourth official. And
Yeah, man, he play almost every game, man.
And Daniel Johnson, the top man for him club, right? I think he did win
250 games in a decade. That's how much games Daniel
Well, I'm going to say something now.
Same time.
I'm going to say something now and kill this. I'm going to say something of a kill this now. For the 1.5 match, when I say Ravel in, and I say the same Bobby Reid in there, and I say the same Daniel Johnson in there, and for a man they play only, how much match you say him play in a decade?
But two. Call 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
No, man. What match you say him play in a decade, sir?
And you're going to walk into a straight right.
No, it's 3 per year. 3 per year. That's 30. And if 10 years himself, it's 3 per year. 3 per year.
All right, 30. So I'm going to say 30. So he play 30 within 10 years. I don't see any difference with DJ that play and Bobby Reid. I don't see a big difference with the comparison where you say how much game them play, over 200 odd games, and who play this and who play that. And me show him work together with them and him play the same way and him do well in the matches. So me don't talk. So with all of the 30 over the decade, the 10 years, him still look good. In the matches where we see him in the colors.
You're straight right. You're straight right. We're gonna knock you out now. In your Chelsea blue.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about a fourth official bear me out on a play football, Dre play football, Stan play football. 2 men come to a game, both training, right? Daniel Johnson and Bobby Reid playing week in and week out, have some tired legs, and then had to spend their time mopping up and doing the dirty work. So they couldn't shine. Because DJ in that Saudi game had to do the dirty work to allow Ravel, because Ravel was busy shining.
Fourth official, help him, please. Help him.
Don't make it look
Fourth official, help him.
You're struggling, man. You're struggling big time.
No, man. Don't make it look like a man never think. Because if them they decide to go up on the same John that Ravel was going on, and if DJ never hang back and do some of that dirty work in the midfield, we would be in problem. So Ravel didn't
I hope you don't debate for a living. I hope you don't debate for a living. I hope it's.
But that's the position he was playing.
What position?
Everybody play them role.
Yeah, everybody was. They all played their roles.
Hector was playing CDM, right?
Hector was what?
No,
right.
No.
Center half. Hector play
Hector
center
was
half.
what?
Centre half.
Which match you watch? Which match were you
I
watching?
corrected myself. Centre half, man. Listen.
Okay.
Hector normally plays CDM, right? Hector would be the guy who plays CDM and step in. Daniel Johnson, who is not a natural CDM. Daniel Johnson plays back to back, box to box for his club in the same role that Ravel was occupying. But he took the secondary role for do the mopping up and the cleaning up in that game. So you cannot judge that. You can't judge DJ's game as harsh, and he didn't have a bad game.
I didn't say DJ have a bad game. I didn't say DJ have a bad game.
You know, so
I'm saying to you.
You say didn't
Listen to me now.
All right.
No, what I'm saying is that Daniel been playing consistently for Preston Norton, right? And Bobby Reed been playing consistently, right? For Fulham. And in that game, I could not tell that if someone was to say to me, you know, that Ravel played only 30 games within a decade, I would tell him that they are lying. Because he was playing just as good as Bobby Reed, who plays consistently for Fulham during that time, and Daniel Johnson. So
yeah, I think guys, I think that's a drop the no. Hold up. That's a drop the mic. What he just said, a drop the mic comment. That's when you drop the mic and walk away. That's when
you better pick up the mic.
Walk away.
He had one good game.
No, he just dropped the mic. You can't come back. Kenrick, it's over. Let's move to another topic. It's over. No, Kenrick, you know what I said. Bobby Reed, no, Kenrick, your example and your defense was so poor. I just pretended that I didn't hear you. You just said that Daniel Johnson.
You are telling me that a player who
can I speak, please, Kenrick? Can I have the floor? Kenrick, can I have the floor, please? You just said Bobby Reed and Daniel Johnson. Your excuse was they were tired. That's why they gave them out to Ravel. They were tired. Their feet hurt.
Don't have quote me.
Hold on.
I said Daniel Johnson. Nobody quoted me. Was playing out of position. Also, was playing a full season. Right?
Yes,
so Ravel came with his fresh legs because he was on the bench, riding the bench at Dan Haag. And because he was training and was fully rested with his feet up in his 4 games of the season.
Hold on, point of interjection. Hold on. Point of interjection.
We might finish. Because after Cataract done, then we are going to have Cranky jump in, and then they can come in.
But Ravel had an injury. Remember, Ravel had an injury, right? Remember that coming.
Cracks, hold on. Cataract, finish what you say, Cataract.
The injection them finish outer arena. So no injection in there. So here, I'm saying to you, Ravel Morris had a good game against Saudi Arabia. There's no question. But it's one game. It's one game.
So can I respond and then we can move to another topic? I say this.
Somebody, military go to pull
as I said,
Hold on. I challenge in military Gouda.
So hold on.
Show me.
We're going to touch a comment in a second. Make Cranky say. Make Cranky say we have say and then we go to Alex. Cranky have something.
2 minutes, please, Cranky. There's 2 minutes alone. I just want to show you something still. I just want to show people something. Find out today.
Breaking
Alex, what? It dead here.
So this was last month ago. I guess you guys don't see this.
Last month ago?
Yeah. So
another exclusive.
But this one I highlighted and show you guys. They said Nathan Redmond's supposed to switch the allegiance to represent Jamaica. This is a new article. This was come out a month ago. So Jamaica contact him. This article showed that Jamaica contact him. I don't know how true this article is, but yeah, just want the people to know. You get me?
A month ago?
Yes. So it's
all right. Let me ask you something. Who on this panel never knows Nathan Redmond did have to play for Jamaica? A month ago. You come on to break news about a month ago.
No, come on, break news a month ago. Yeah, but
I'm glad you changed the topic, Alex. You know you're being smart. I'm proud of you, freak. I'm glad you changed the topic.
Let's finish this to Morrison. Let me just say this.
And here
I
we
just said
are.
what? Wait, cataract.
Cataract, what on, man?
God have mercy. So I just said it was a drop the mic comment. Who's the person on the right? I can't see his name. It was a drop the mic. Hear what he said. He had a small sample size of a game and a half. Cataract extolled the virtues of Bobby Reed and Daniel Johnson, about they play 150 games, 300 games. Add up between them, about 300 games. So they have a lot of preparation time, practice time, competition time. So Saudi Arabia, as we said, as sport official, delegated ability, they are Bush League. So those two are playing against Bush League players, and Ravel Morrison, who's played 3 games a year. No, guys, write this down. 3 games per year, right? I play 3 games in my gym. 3 games a year. It's all playing those 2 players who are playing at the highest league and the second highest league in England. And the Premier League is the best league in the world. That is a big statement, Cataract. That says everything. That's why Whitmore wants him, because he doesn't have to play to show how good he is. He probably can just come off the street and be better than the peer people who you said Daniel Johnson was probably our best midfielder. And you said a lot of people here like Reed, because Reed is a very good player. Right? Plays for Fulham, starts for Fulham. And yet this one player who has played 3 games a year, who can make 4th division team, as Cataract says, who can get into a team, comes to play for a country, Jamaica, who has made a 1998 World Cup, so they're not rocks. And he was the best player on the field. Cataracts, I think the defense rests. We don't want to talk about this anymore. For the official, please change the subject because the defense has rested.
But I want a man cry cree. 4th official, look by the time. At 2 hours 30, we have to stop the clock. We have 9 minutes. Beat your bad again and tell you. You might mute it in a foot. You might mute it.
Okay, all right, cool. We spent 2 hours talking about Ravel Morrison. We're going to leave military Guna coming up this up. When we talk about Ravel Morrison's stats.
You cannot leave that. That is false.
Right, the reason why we are going to leave it up there, is because...
Never come out. No. A man cannot come for a sports program and put up some false thing, brother. And then we not do that to our next man program.
What we are going to do is we are going to look into this. And the reason why it's up there right now, because see when man said 149 starts, 90 starts, 19 goals. We don't know how 149 and 90 starts come together. 3 assists, 18 Premier League games in total, 13 starts, 3 goals, 2 assists. Would I like the man them prove or disprove that? However, we're going to move forward into the next part of the thing, which is a game on Monday evening, 4 o'clock.
Ravel just scored 19 goals in our life. A man can't come on the program.
Actually, he's right. Right
where?
Right where? He said career stats. Check the word again. Career stats. That means his total playing career.
Yeah.
He says there's 149 starts. Starts.
Where?
Wait. 149 appearances. He says.
Appearances.
Yes.
90 starts.
19 goals and 3 assists. Okay. You can't dispute those stats.
This might be for all the academy. You never know. Those are still appearances. So let's look at what Jamaica will be going up against. Jamaica will be going up against Serbia this coming Monday. Yes. Right. So I'll talk about Ravel Morrison. Or will Ravel Morrison fare against ballers like Milenkovic-Savic? Or will Ravel Morrison fare against defenders like Milenkovic? Or will Ravel Morrison and the rest of the Jamaica team on a whole fare against man like Mitrovic, Jovic, Ilicic? The Serbian team is packed with footballers. Okay? This is Serbia. This is not Saudi Arabia. Alright? Forgive the bars. So we need to talk about how this Jamaican team is going to stack up against these ballers. If you guys don't know, me just name out a few of the popularly known footballers from Serbia. Mitrovic, of course, you know what Mitrovic can offer. But Luka Jovic, we know about him from that used to play in Germany, Real Madrid, go back to Germany to him, old team. I think it was not Leverkusen. I can't remember. Can't remember. Huh?
Frankfurt.
Yeah, Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt. Yeah. So they have Dusan Tadic. We mentioned Dusan Tadic. What we talked about earlier, that is leading Ajax team, brought Ajax to a final. So again, this team that they're going up against is not a bug team. The quality of this team is very good. They played against Portugal the other day. I think they drew the game 2-2. How do you guys think, starting from Marlon, and then we go full circle, how do you guys think we will fare against these players? Are you familiar with these players, and how do you think Jamaica will stand up against these guys?
Well, Mitrovic is there in the squad. He and the two Mitrovic is there. The captain, because Tadic is up in the squad. Milikovic, Savic, Jovic. I think Grulic is out of the side as well. So they actually have, like, I think it's 4 20-year-olds in the squad. So the back line is basically there. I think Vucilic and Mitrovic, they're the two strikers there. So it's probably not the squad everybody was looking to see against Jamaica. But I think we can compete against them, because if you look at it, both of them are going to the same travel ordeals. I think Serbia got into Japan a couple days ago. So the Jamaican team, part of the team was there before. So as it says, and the thing about it, so this Serbia team, they're a very defensive team, but they concede a lot of goals as well. So when you look at it, they're a position-based team in the midfield with the players they have. When you look at Milinkovic, Savic, who I say is not going to be there, Gulic, Tadic. So those players missing. So it's an opportunity for our players now to go and prove themselves against a top European side. And the only problem I think we're going to have against the Serbia team is that they are very physical. The players are very big. Most of the players are over 6 feet.
Yeah, the average height. That was going to be my next question to Jay anyway, to be honest. The average height is 6'1".
Okay.
They have like 4 or 5 ballers that are under 6, and the rest, the minimum under 6 are like 5'11", 5'10". So, Jay, how you guys think we are going to manage against these, especially with set plays and stuff like that?
I think we do good on the set plays, but looking at the game and analyzing both squads that gone over there right now, so it's a defensive heavy side for the Jamaican team, and Serbia have them better players in defense playing in this game. So from the way I'm looking at the standpoint where I'm looking at a 0-0 draw and a boring game, but we're gonna hold our own in a defense. I don't see the firepower that we're bringing over there that's gonna break down this Serbia defense and score really. Tergat, Gray, Malcolm, that's pretty much who I'm looking at for score goals. East, yeah, I don't see it happening, so I'm expecting a 0-0 draw. I want Tapa experiment with this 3-5-2 formation or a 5-3-2 formation, because like I said, with stronger side that's over there right now is defensive mindset. So that's my point on it. And set players, yeah, we got low. Who else in height that we have that towering inside of the box for corners? So pretty much, I don't see it happening. It's going to be a 0-0 in my opinion still.
All right, bet. So, Crux, going off of what Dre just said us a while ago with him expecting a low scoring game, 0-0 game, do you anticipate our defense standing up against man like Mitrovic? Do you anticipate that we'll be able to hold them off? I think Marlon said Milankovic Savic is not going to be there and Tadic is not going to be there. I'm not sure. We'd have to confirm that. However, knowing the talent that these men have, do you really think, what do you think the score is going to be, and how do you think we're going to stand up against these men?
As Marlon said earlier, we're going with a defensive every team. Right, rough. But me think we will put on a good show. I mean, it's good to see that we're going to have Low and more trying to form a chemistry in the centre back there. So but the midfield seem somewhat of a problem. Hopefully the man at the moment, if he starts, can show his class and string up something for you in the middle. But I'm seeing if not a 0-0, I'm seeing we're not losing by more than 2 though. But
All
we don't
right.
really see a win for it.
All right, Cranky. Do
Okay.
you see us? Who do you think is the biggest danger in this Serbian team? And what do you think the game? Which direction do you think the game will go?
I think the game is going to only go in one direction, given the quality of our team or lack thereof. Our middle is weak. Let's be honest. We're here talking about Ravel all night, but the reason why he has to be there is because we don't have quality in the middle of the field, and that's your core. And if your core is weak, then more than likely you're going to struggle. Mitrovic is probably their key player up front anyway, but they do have other players without Tadic in their team and Savic. It's going to be a long look. It's 4:00 in the morning. I have to get up, and I'm thinking about whether I should get up or just record the game because it's going to be a long time between 4 and 6 a.m. the game's duration because the team we have there is just not good enough. It just is. I mean, we created 1.5 chance against the U.S., which wasn't their best team. And I know it wasn't all these players. Damien wasn't there and a few more. But frankly, we had 6 English-based players in that team. Maybe all 6 didn't start. We had Lowe and Gray up front, and Lowe was a little bit more dynamic. And yet we really struggled against a much younger U.S. team, not as game, didn't have the same amount of game time or experience the level of competition as the Serbia team. They may have some young players in the team, but it's a well-balanced team. What I've seen in a lot of write-ups is they're predicting a 3-0 victory for Serbia. I would, in some of those betting predictions, I would say it's going to be a long, long time between 4 and 6 a.m. That's the way I think about it. I don't see. We keep talking about defensive. We're Jamaicans. We don't want to see people just in an box up, kick the ball out to the next team and play a box on forward. That's not what we want to do. We want to be able to play football. That's why when I hear the argument about Ravel, I'm thinking, don't we want to play football? They want to keep the ball. They want to make a pass. They want to look dangerous. Even if we don't win, we want to have some sense of excitement in the game. And stacking 9 men behind the ball and Gray up front who's running tirelessly and can't get the ball is a waste of time. So it's a money game. Hopefully we get paid really well because I'm not sure fans are going to be happy at the end of the day. I'm optimistic that hopefully we can do something, but it's going to be a long game.
All right, Cataract. You know you've been doing your research into Serbia. So maybe what a plan?
So I'm just gonna go for something from a Serbian website, what they think. Because I don't know the team. I'm only familiar with at least 2 players. The history is that the only time that we have ever played Serbia, we lost 2-1. And the non-world class midfielder Dusan Tadic was on the score sheet. So Stan might want to check himself there. I don't think he's there. But Serbia, so people, this is what the news looks like. The head-to-head, we know that they won 2-1 the last time. Serbia is currently on a 7-game unbeaten run with 4 games in this sequence ending in a draw. So they won the last game, draw 1, draw. And Jamaica, we know we have lost 2 games in the last 7. And that would be the USA game being the last one. In terms of Serbia, they have some injury concerns. Alexander Mitrovic, Dusan Vlahovic, Filip Duričić, and Andrea Zimovic, and Darko Lazovic. So they have about 6 players out injured. Concern, and at least 3 of them will definitely miss the game. So Mitrovic is likely to miss the game. He's listed here as to miss due to injury. It says that Jamaica has no injury or suspension and everything is fine. So clearly,
what's he saying about Milinkovic-Savic?
I'm telling you the predicted starting lineup is Predrag Ragovic, Stefan Mitrovic, Jurius Padic, Strafinio Pavlovic, Marko Petrovic, Nemanja Maksimovic, Nemanja Godelev, Marko Gruvic, Milan Markic, Dejan Jolevic, and Nemanja Jovic. So I didn't hear the name of the player you were asking about. That's the predicted starting 11, and it's predicted that they'll play 4-3-3. That's then what they predicted for our starting 11. Clearly, they haven't heard the flight news.
Yeah, because like Serbia perennially have a set of quality footballers. You know, you have man like Alexander Kolarov, who used to play for Man City. I think he's still playing in Roma somewhere. I don't know if he's in the squad.
He's not in the squad.
They're not there, Rome. They're not there.
He's not there.
So they're not. So basically, they're not traveling with them because I'm not sure if you guys. The person that I asked about was Milinkovic-Savic. He plays for Lazio in the midfield.
No, he's not in the squad. He's not in the game. And Dusan Tadic, I'm not seeing him there as being a predicted starter. So
I think 13 or either 12 or 13 players from the core 26 players they have, they're not there.
Okay, so this kind of changed my perspective on the game now because I don't know the players that are going there. I don't know the quality players that are going there. But some of them, like the Milinkovic, the defender. But the way I see the game, and I know MPEG TV asked earlier, this is a practice match. It's supposed to be a practice match. What's the purpose of a practice match? That kind of stuff. But this is not just a practice match now, is it? Because we spoke about the Jamaica ratings, whether it's FIFA rating or CONCACAF ratings, each game counts, right? Each game counts in terms of form. It counts in terms of what you do for your player, where you're showing what your player's doing on the field, the philosophy you want to get. So playing up against a strong, tall, possessive football team like Serbia. What Cronky alluded to it earlier. So I want to ask Cataract real quick. What type of football do you think Whitmore will play tomorrow? In terms of formation, and that kind of stuff.
I'm going to leave for a moment. I have to take a overseas call.
Alright, and be a business.
From Japan. But it's not from Tapa, it's from a promoter.
No, it's Anthony Grant. It's Anthony Grant. So
he's not in Japan.
Anthony Grant finally land. Alright, Marlon, what do you think? What kind of football we're going to play tomorrow?
As I say, we know the Serbians they normally play a position football, which they have a tendency sometimes to lose the ball a lot. So especially not having probably their three key players there now, Milinkovic, Tadic, and Jotovic. They're not there. So as I said, I think they have like three or four 20-year-olds in the squad. So I think probably gonna play safe. So probably basically see the 4-2-3-1 formation. I think he's gonna try to block the middle. Block the middle. So
let's clog up the middle, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where Ravel basically gonna come in handy to keep control of the ball. The short passes. Yeah. If you look at Kevin Lambert has gotten better over the past 2 years with his ball position. And his passing accuracy has gone up. Speedy is a good passer of the ball as well. So I don't know if he's gonna use both of them playing a 6 and a 8. I think if he's gonna use both of them, I think Lambert will probably play the 6, Speedy play the 8, and put Ravel in that number 10 position because we can't see Palmer not being there. We're even short on the Clement Maggie. So last week we're here. We named a squad last week. If you look at it, we are basically missing 4 players out of it. So it's so I think it's gonna try to play safe. So that's one thing I say about it.
Sports on the ball. We've been asking that question all night, fam. I'm still as uncertain as to the players that Jamaica have down in Japan right now. I still don't know.
The numbers changing as the program going on because now it comes to my attention. Say Pinnock reach now, so Pinnock me over there now too. You know.
Pinnock over there now. Yeah, that might talk about in the comment section. So it's just jumping all over the place. Jay, you see you put up a formation earlier. How you like to see Jamaica set up?
All right, so another 3-5-2 formation. Now have Low, Pinnock, and Moore in the back, right this way in the center. Then on the left, now have Bell. On the right, now have Harding. In the middle, the 2 central midfielder them, we have a Speedy and Lambert. Then in front of them, a Ravel. Then on the left striker, I don't know, Gray, and then on the right, Turgot. The 2 center forward then. And I might 3-5-2 that, do the best them can and hope for a good result. But we not see nobody, we not see Serbia score for Jamaica with a formation.
But Dre, I think with Pinnock just getting there, I think if we're gonna play that formation, I think it will be Mariappa instead of Pinnock. With the time to get acclimatized.
Well, either way, I like that formation still. Maybe Pinnock come on in the second half and close the show.
I told left wing backs I have then, Mariappa. I will play wing back.
No man,
Mariappa play a defense, man.
A 3-5-2, you say?
Yeah.
We really say you have play on it as a
Harding. Harding on the right. Yeah.
Who on the left?
A Bell.
Bell?
Yeah.
Cranky, waiting.
Can drop back to a 5-3-2, 3-5-2. Either way, then take it. Depend on Tapper tactics. I know you want to use it, but I feel say that will lack it through it.
We remember in a 3-5-2, where the two on the flank them are gonna be wing backs, they're not gonna be right back or left back. They're gonna be wing backs, meaning get involved in the midfield, get involved in the attack, come back with the defense when it's time to defend. Cranky, what do you think?
I don't think Mariappa has done anything to be on the bench. So I think he's one of the first name on the team sheet. So I would have played West Harding with Mariappa and probably keep the same team, actually. I think he probably will go 3 at the back, given he needs to shore up the midfield. He needs to pack the midfield with as many players as possible and use 2 wing backs. So I could see Bell and Mariappa being the wing backs. And Marlon is right. He may not play Pinnock because people don't really realize how long it takes to adapt to Japan if he just got there. I'm not sure when he got there. To play Pinnock the left of the back 3 with Damien in the middle and play more right or vice versa for the 2. But I think he will go 3-5-2 because I don't think he's probably comfortable with the ability to keep the ball to play a 4-3-3 formation.
All right. Cracks, what do you think? You're there back on the NZ? You hear the question?
Yeah, man.
What do you think about the team? Yeah, let them play tomorrow.
So my fees are the best formation for go right now. A 5-3-2. Would it basically mount up to the same 3-5-2 when attacking though.
Right. Yeah.
The wing back they gonna go up. Yeah. With for me, we'd have Low, Mariappa, and more in the central defensive part, and Wizarding and Bell, both right and left, and this guy named Lambert, Speedy Williams in front of them, and Ravel playing the number 10, and Andre Gray and that's the guy's name. The next part name, man, him name.
Who playing?
The one that play I saw the match, man. East,
East.
yeah. Two man you can, yeah, two strong man you can, we know so can hold up the ball and kind of, you know, use them strength.
No matter
Because we have out them some.
Turk got them on fire, you know.
Yeah, man. Got, as me say, that's the formation, me assist. They say maybe, you know, that me assist.
All right, good deal, good deal. All right, so we're gonna go around the room one more time. We're gonna get ready for close it out, so we're gonna touch the comment section and heal up the people in the comment section. From MPIC there, from day dot, from the start, fresh guy running it off from the get go. Jimmy Ricketts, bless up yourself. Would I like to go around the room? Man, just drop your final thoughts as to what you think about the conversation tonight. You know, what you think, your predictions, final predictions for the game, that kind of stuff. Then we'll close it up. Jay, go on. You go with Jerry anyway. Pick that.
All right, so good convo at certain points still, because the man them did not lose the conversation and see them did not grasp at straws at certain point in the conversation still, but especially Cataract himself. See him then jump back on the right time and go. Yeah, but you know, good for always have football brains at it, going at it with them input, and the discussion was a good one, you know. Look forward to the last one tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna there on tomorrow, but new video drop tomorrow 6 o'clock before the show, so you can check it out and warm up for the show. But bless up everybody, my pleasure for on the panel again. Big up everybody in the comment section. You don't know.
Man, people go check out Jay anyway that sports. Drop out on the YouTube channel and drop a subscribe on the thing and support the man thing. Cracks, you're up. Make the world know what you think about the game tomorrow, what you think about our discussion, and what your prediction for the game. I think Cracks are here, you know.
Yeah, prediction for the game?
Yeah.
What, the start of the game?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Boy, may I try to be optimistic. Me have to be biased. But know the game I'll go one-sided, but boy, may I be biased and try to be optimistic, yeah, man. May I say nil all.
Optimistic is a nil all.
Yeah.
Alright, sir. Bless up yourself. Marlon.
Well, right now, looking into the game and looking at the two squads. If we can come away with a scoring draw, a 2-2 draw, a 1-1 draw, that would be a big positive. If we lose 2-1, I think it's a positive thing. I'm just looking to see how the players perform, how they adapt and how they perform. That's what I'm looking for, performance level. Because players need to show stop us. So guess what? I'm here. I want to be a part of this Gold Cup team. So that's why I think Maggie not being there, it's a big loss for him. Fleming not being there is a big loss for him as well. Imagine now, Ablia Turga comes and stamp his class on this game. A person like Fleming gonna go to pick another. So those two players are gonna miss out. So as I said, we're hoping for the best. A 2-1, a 1-1 score. That would be a positive. But that was basically, I just want to see the team perform.
Manners. Thank you very much, sir. I will go to the two superstars of the panel. Man, them have been throwing shots at each other all night, dodging each other all night. Cranky, we'd like to get your rebuttal on the conversation that we had tonight. Your thoughts on who you think won the great debate, and what you think about the game on Monday.
Well, I can't say who won the debate. That's for the people or in the chat to provide a perspective. I will say that what's his name? They dropped the mic. I forgot his name. I'm getting seen now.
Cracks.
They dropped the mic. Cracks dropped the mic, so I don't have to talk about who won and who didn't win. What I would say is that we have exhausted the Ravel Morrison conversation because we get an opportunity to see him again performing against better competition. So we won't have this view around, well, these are pub teams he's playing. He doesn't have the level of competition, even though they don't have all their best players, but they have quality players in their squad. Some teams just have quality players all around. no matter who they bring into their team. So we'll have a good chance to judge them against good competition. But also, that ability to judge is also affected by who's around you, who surrounds you, and how we play. So it's more than right to say, which is, the most important thing is to get a game in, is to get some fluidity in, is to get some cohesion, chemistry, is to build some camaraderie. And it's for Whitmore, as he said before, he wants to find out who players are stamping their authority to sort of determine, to force him to make decisions about them, right? Who's differentiating themselves in the team, who is going to help him make the decision for him easier. And so players need to show. Some players don't have to do that, right? If you're Damian Lowe, if you're some players in the team, and you have been there for a while, and you're a staple, you should play well, always try to play well, but you don't have to impress the coach because he's already impressed. There are others, like Blair Turgott we have talked about, who may be playing well where he's playing in the Bush League. I hate to say it that way, but let's see him play against better competition and how he performs against that competition. So my hope, I'm not going to make a prediction because I hear all this optimism about a team which we all struggle with, to name a midfield which we're comfortable with. And as I said before, if your core is weak, then you're weak. Because both below and above doesn't have any support, and because the core is weak and everything else is weak. So my hope is that we play well. But I'm not going to prognosticate the outcome because I do think it's going to be a long morning, is what I call it. Not a long evening, a long morning.
Roger that. Cratera, take it away.
Why? I just see a man commit suicide. So, can't predict the score. Long morning. But the greatest midfielder ever in Jamaica will be on the field. So, with all that was said about all the class, one man is saying 0-0, and I'm okay. One man can't predict, except to say it's a long night. I thought it would be a short night with Ravel the boss.
I said morning. It's 4 o'clock for me in the morning. I know about you.
Well, it's evening over there, so let's see. But I wish the team the best, right? I said that in the start, and I said that in the end. In the middle, we argue. If this was not the pandemic, believe you me, we'd have been at a spot, I drink rum, and I don't think we'd have been able to see the game clearly. But we live in pandemic time, so we have to watch it at home at the TV, you know? We can't be out and about. I want to see the best. I think we are helped by the fact that this is not the A team of Serbia. Serbia's couple of results that they had a draw with, I think, the Dominican Republic and a draw with Panama recently, this year. But they have beaten, they've drawn with Portugal, and they also beat, I think it's Azerbaijan 2-1. So, but those will be different players. So, all in all, I expect a game. I wish the team to win. I don't ever predict against my team, but I'm just saying that I don't know if coach is going to let you in on Monday for a show, vote official, because if Senor Ravel Morrison does not perform and carry my team, I am going to beat some man with a broadboard. So this game for me is all about Ravel Morrison. He has been hyped up. He has been piped up. He has been amped up by not only Cronky and the crew and his paid supporters in the comment section. He carry a busload. You understand? He carry a busload of fans. They come in like Tony Mataran. Right? See, my fan Davey did not arrive late to the dance, brother. I know when I come. But look, I don't hold much hope. And I think Ravel is capable of having a good game. I don't know if he can pull a string of games together. I would not be pinning my hopes on him if I had anyway. But it's not my call, it's the coach's call, and I will support the team in any way. I think that defeat is a realistic result, and I just ask the team not to make it an embarrassment. Not to make it an embarrassment, but this is the Ravel Morrison show. And I think it was apt that we spent 2 hours talking about him, because tomorrow he had better spend 90 minutes talking about himself. Right? This is not about Blair Turgott. This is not about Dylan Barnes. This is about whether Ravel Morrison can repay the faith shown in him by Tapper, the JFF, Stan Kroenke, Dre Anyweather, and the crew. And if him don't, me don't want to hear him name again, brother.
And what if he does?
In discussion. If he does, then I think the British saying, mate, is that I'll have to eat humble pie. I'll have a lot of egg all over my face. But remember the too much thing, So these 2 matches, because when we play the Japan under 23 team, that is a well-drilled team, not with players missing, right? That's a team that we trained together. So I think that will be the real litmus test game. That will not be a B-side. And I'm saying Serbia's B-side, but I'm also saying it's Jamaica's B-side. So it's an equal game. It's a Ravel show. Over to Ravel Morrison.
So people, I want to say thank you very much all of the people that joined in. At one point we're up to 170. And that's very impressive with the main host not being here. Thanks to all of the panelists that came through and joining. Everyone interactive in the comment section, talking to us about the main topic today, about Serbia and about King Ravel. We really do appreciate everyone coming in and joining in the conversation. For me, closing out the program, I really do think that Jamaica will be able to put up a decent game against Serbia. With regards to the result, I'm encouraged that we're playing a Serbian B team. But I still think that they have a whole lot more quality. I was more confident in the USA game than I am about this team, this game. But let's see how it goes. I think we're going to lose at least. I think we're going to lose 1-0, and I'm not very happy with saying that, but that's what I'm feeling right now.
If Ravel start the show, I will appear for the rest of the year in a Manchester United shirt.
Say no more. Say no more. But yeah, so looking forward to the game. I am going to set my alarm clock to get up as Kroenke say 4 a.m. in the morning. We have drills that day. I forgot to sit down with the people in army, but still, I'm going to get up to watch it in the morning, bright and ugly, so we can get to see the game without a doubt. People, don't forget, Dre Anyweather Sports, they go support it. I'm going to plug my YouTube channel as well. The Fourth Official. We talk about football, the Premier League, with a heavy bias towards Manchester United. So go over there, support the Fourth Official, support all of the YouTube channels that plug in, Military Guna, Ryan LFC. Go out and push out the man in YouTube channel.
Reggae Boys Commentary.
All of the man them. Again, thank you very much for joining. Thanks everyone for joining the team. Thank you very much, Manners.